What if Windu formed an Anti-Vader network? Let's explore the depths of it in the video. Darth Vader is losing, not in battle, in shadow. Someone is hunting him, destroying his supply lines, killing his agents, turning his own tactics against him. For years, the Dark Lord has been untouchable. The Emperor's fist, the Jedi killer, the monster that makes entire systems tremble. Now he is afraid, because Mace Windu survived. The Jedi Master everyone thought died in the Chancellor's office. He's alive, he's angry, and he's built something terrifying. A network hidden across the galaxy, trained specifically to destroy Vader. Every member handpicked, every operation designed to weaken him, every strike bringing them closer to their ultimate goal, Vader's death. But how did we get here? How did a broken Jedi, thrown from a window and left for dead, become the architect of the Empire's greatest nightmare? It starts with a fall, and a choice that changed everything. The lightning should have killed him. Palpatine's attack was not meant to wound, it was meant to destroy. The Sith Lord had channeled decades of hatred into that single assault, and Windu had absorbed every volt of it before the window shattered. Then came the fall itself. Coruscant's towers stretched kilometers into the sky. The Chancellor's office sat near the apex of the Senate district, surrounded by nothing but air and the distant glow of 1,000,000 windows. When Windu went through that transparistile, he had nothing to grab, nothing to slow his descent, just the wind screaming past and the city rushing up to meet him. His body tumbles through the void. The lights blur into streaks of color. His robes whip around him like a shroud. Somewhere in the chaos of pain and terror, some survival instinct takes over. He reaches out with the Force, not to fly. That is beyond even his power in this state, but to guide, to redirect. He clips a maintenance platform. The impact shatters 3 ribs and sends him spinning in a new direction. He crashes through an advertising holo sign. Sparks shower around him as he tears through the projection equipment. Another impact, another redirection. Level by level, platform by platform, he falls. His consciousness flickers. The pain becomes a distant thing, separate from himself. He is aware of his body breaking, but he cannot feel it anymore. The Force is all that remains, a thin thread connecting him to existence. Finally, he hits something that does not break. A garbage processing facility, 17 levels below the Senate district. Mountains of refuse cushion his landing, but even so, the impact drives the last breath from his lungs. Everything goes dark. When Mace Windu wakes, he cannot move. His left hand is gone, burned away by Palpatine's lightning. The stump ends just above the wrist, cauterized and blackened. His ribs are broken. His spine screams with every breath. One leg is twisted at an angle that suggests multiple fractures. The Force feels distant, muffled, like trying to hear through walls of water. But he is alive. He lies in darkness for what feels like hours. The smell of decay fills his nostrils. Somewhere nearby, machines hum and clank. Processing equipment, compactors, the constant background noise of a city that never sleeps. Voices reach him. Distant at first, then closer. Found something over here. Looks human. Still breathing. A pause. Hands touch his neck, searching for a pulse. Barely. We should call the authorities. And tell them what? That we found a body in the processing center? They'll shut us down for a month while they investigate. You want to explain that to the foreman? Another pause. Windu tries to speak, but no sound emerges. So what do we do with him? The voices confer. Windu drifts in and out of consciousness. When he wakes again, he is being carried. Rough hands grip his shoulders and legs. Pain lances through him with every step, but he cannot scream, cannot protest. He is brought to a small room. A makeshift medical bay, really. Salvaged equipment lines the walls. A Bacta tank stands in one corner, but it is empty. Too expensive to fill. The people who found him are not Republic citizens. Not really. They are the forgotten ones. The workers who maintain the infrastructure that the gleaming towers above depend upon. They live in perpetual twilight, in the levels of Coruscant that never see the sun. They have no love for the Senate or the Jedi, or anyone who has ignored their existence for generations. But they recognize suffering, and they help him anyway. For 3 months, Windu cannot walk. He lies in his narrow bed, staring at the ceiling. The same cracks, the same stains, the same flickering light that never quite works properly. His caretakers come and go. They bring food when they can spare it, water, medicines salvaged from expired shipments. They ask no questions. They want nothing from him. He is simply another broken thing in a world full of broken things. It is during these months that Windu has time to think. Too much time. He replays the confrontation in Palpatine's office over and over. He sees Anakin's face in the doorway. The conflict in his eyes. The fear. The desperation of a man watching 2 people he trusted demand that he choose between them. He remembers his own words. He's too dangerous to be left alive. Windu closes his eyes against the memory. The ceiling disappears. He is back in that office, his blade at Palpatine's throat. The Sith Lord is beaten, disarmed, helpless, or so it seemed. He was right about Palpatine. The Sith Lord had to be stopped. His corruption had rotted the Republic from within. His manipulation of the war, of the Senate, of Anakin himself, could not be allowed to continue. But he was wrong about everything else. Wrong about how to handle Anakin. The boy had come to him in trust, reporting Palpatine's true identity. He had done the right thing, despite his attachments, despite his fears. And how had Windu responded? By excluding him, by treating him as a threat rather than an ally, by dismissing his visions and his concerns as the weaknesses of a troubled mind. Wrong about the timing. He had rushed to confront Palpatine without proper preparation, without backup, without considering how the Sith Lord might have planned for exactly this scenario. Wrong about the killing stroke. Even if Anakin had not intervened, would killing an unarmed prisoner have been the right choice? The Jedi way demanded justice, not execution. But Windu had been so certain, so arrogant. The Jedi Order's greatest failure walks the galaxy now in black armor, and Windu helped create him. One of his caretakers is a woman named Senna. She is older than him, though not by much. Her face is weathered by years of hard labor in the lower levels. She brings him soup when he cannot eat solid food. She changes his bandages without complaint. One evening, she sits beside his bed and studies him with knowing eyes. "You were someone important once, I can tell." Windu says nothing. It doesn't matter who you were. Down here, we're all the same. Just people trying to survive. He meets her gaze. "I was a fool." She shrugs. Most important people are. That's how they become important in the first place. Too foolish to know when to stop. She rises to leave, then pauses at the door. Whatever you did, whatever happened to you, it's in the past now. The only question that matters is what you do next. When he is finally strong enough to stand, Windu makes his way through the processing facility on trembling legs. His caretakers watch him with concern, but they do not try to stop him. They have learned that he does what he wants, regardless of their protests. He finds a public holoscreen in a communal area. Workers are gathered around it, watching the news. They make room for him without comment. The images that fill the screen make his blood run cold. Clone troopers marching through the Jedi temple. Bodies in the halls. The ancient building burning against the Coruscant skyline. A reporter's voice, calm and measured, describing the supposed Jedi coup that required such decisive action. Windu grips the wall for support. His legs threaten to give out. The footage continues. Palpatine, now calling himself Emperor, addressing the Senate. His face is scarred, twisted by the lightning he claims the Jedi used against him. He speaks of peace, of security, of a new order that will bring stability to a galaxy torn apart by war. The Senate applauds. They cheer for the man who destroyed their republic. And then Windu sees him. A figure stands at Palpatine's side, tall, encased in black armor. A cape hangs from his shoulders. A mask hides his face. But the presence in the Force is unmistakable. Even through the holoscreen, even at this distance, Windu knows exactly who he is looking at. The HoloNews identifies him as Darth Vader, the Emperor's enforcer, the Jedi killer. Windu knows who he really is. He stumbles back to his room, collapses on his bed, stares at the ceiling as the full weight of what has happened settles over him. The Jedi are gone. The Republic is gone. Everything he dedicated his life to has been swept away in a single night, and the boy he failed now serves the monster they both should have destroyed. In the darkness of his room, something crystallizes within Mace Windu. The guilt, the rage, the desperate need to make this right, it all fuses into a single burning purpose. He will destroy Vader, not just kill him. That would be too simple, too clean, too much like mercy. No, he will destroy everything Vader represents. Tear down the Empire's weapon of terror piece by piece. Make him answer for every Jedi he murdered, every innocent he slaughtered, every child whose light he extinguished. He will dismantle Vader's support structure, kill his allies, burn his sanctuaries, turn his strength into weakness. And when Vader has nothing left, when the monster stands alone and broken, Windu will face him. Then he will end him. But he cannot do it alone, and he cannot do it as a Jedi. The Jedi Order is dead. Its philosophy failed. Its rigidity blinded them all to the threat growing in their midst. For 1,000 generations, the Jedi kept peace in the galaxy. They were guardians, protectors, symbols of hope, and they fell in a single night. Why? Because they became complacent. Because they confused tradition with wisdom. Because they allowed their code to become a cage instead of a guide. They taught detachment when they should have taught balance. They suppressed emotion when they should have channeled it. They grew so afraid of the dark side that they blinded themselves to the darkness growing within their own ranks. Windu sees this now with painful clarity. He was part of the problem. He distrusted Anakin from the start, saw the boy's emotions as threats rather than opportunities, pushed him toward the very darkness they feared. If he had been wiser, if he had been more flexible, if he had tried to understand instead of control, would things have been different? He will never know. The past cannot be changed, but the future is still unwritten. Windu will honor what the Order should have been: the courage, the sacrifice, the commitment to justice. But he will not repeat its mistakes. He will build something new, something that can do what the Jedi could not, something that can destroy the Sith without becoming them. It will take time, years perhaps. He has no resources, no allies, no power, but he has determination, and he has hate. For the first time in his life, Mace Windu allows himself to truly hate. Not the cold, distant disapproval he felt as a Jedi, but real hate, the kind that burns in your chest, the kind that wakes you in the night, the kind that gives you strength when everything else has failed. The Jedi taught that hate leads to suffering, that it is a path to the dark side. Perhaps they were right, but Windu has already suffered, has already touched the dark side, and he is still standing. He will use this hate, channel it, make it a weapon, and when the time comes, he will drive that weapon into Vader's heart. He lies in his narrow bed, staring at the ceiling. I will find you, Anakin Skywalker. Wherever you go, whatever you become, I will find you. His mechanical hand clenches into a fist, and I will make you pay for everything. It takes another month before Windu can walk without assistance. His body heals, but slowly. The damage from the lightning seems to resist conventional treatment. The Bacta helps, what little they can afford, but his nerves remain partially deadened. His connection to the Force remains muffled. During this time, he begins to plan. He has nothing. A broken body. A mechanical hand cobbled together from scrap by one of the facility's engineers. A lightsaber crystal that survived the fall, but nothing to house it in. He has no credits, no allies, no resources. But he has something more valuable. He has knowledge. He knows how Jedi think, how they fight, how they hide, and more importantly, he knows their weaknesses, the patterns of thought that made them predictable, the attachments they pretended not to have, the blind spots created by their rigid code. If he can find other survivors, he can teach them, shape them into something the Empire will not expect. And he knows something else. He knows Vader. He trained with Anakin Skywalker, watched him grow from a gifted but undisciplined child into a powerful but troubled knight. He saw the boy's strengths and weaknesses, his fears, his desires, his breaking points. Vader may be a monster now, but he was built on the foundation of that boy. Somewhere beneath the armor and the hatred, Anakin Skywalker still exists, and Windu knows exactly how to hurt him. The day he leaves the processing facility is gray and quiet. The eternal twilight of the lower levels casts everything in shades of brown and silver. Machines hum, pipes drip. The distant rumble of the city above provides a constant backdrop. Senna meets him at the exit. She presses a small pouch into his hands. It's not much. A few credits, some ration bars, should keep you going for a week or two. Windu looks at her. This woman who owes him nothing, who helped him simply because it was the right thing to do. Why? You don't know me. You don't know what I've done. She shrugs. I know you're hurting. I know you have somewhere to be. That's enough. He takes the pouch. For a long moment, he does not know what to say. Thank you. Don't thank me. Just don't waste it. Whatever you're going to do, make it count. He nods and steps through the door. The corridors of the lower levels stretch before him, a maze of pipes and walkways and forgotten spaces. Mace Windu begins to walk, and he does not stop. The first year is spent in shadow. Windu moves through the outer rim under a dozen different names. Corrin Vance, Deel Surun, Tomas Krell, Marcus Dorn, Jev Halcyon. Each identity comes with its own history, its own mannerisms, its own reasons for drifting from world to world. He learns to become invisible, to blend into crowds, to be forgotten as soon as he passes. The skills of a Jedi work against him here, the confidence, the bearing, the unconscious assumption of authority. All of these make him stand out, make him memorable. He must unlearn them. He practices slouching, keeping his eyes down, speaking in mumbles and half-sentences. He becomes smaller, less significant, just another refugee in a galaxy full of refugees. It is humbling. the great Master Windu, second only to Yoda in the Jedi Council, reduced to pretending to be a nobody. But humility is a lesson he should have learned long ago. Perhaps if he had, things would have been different. He works as a mechanic on Tatooine for 3 months. The sand reminds him uncomfortably of Anakin's stories. The boy had hated sand, had spoken of it with visceral disgust. Now Windu understands why. It gets everywhere, in his clothes, in his food, in the mechanisms of his prosthetic hand. He spends hours each night cleaning the grit from his joints, but the remoteness provides safety. Tatooine is far from the centers of Imperial power. The local garrison is small and lazy. No one looks twice at a scarred mechanic working in a repair shop on the outskirts of Mos Eisley. He repairs moisture evaporators for farmers who ask no questions. He sleeps in a tiny room behind the shop and listens to the wind howl across the dunes at night. He trains in secret, early mornings before the suns rise, late nights when everyone else sleeps. His body is still weak, but he pushes it, forces it to remember what it once could do. Slowly, his strength returns. He works as a cargo hauler on Nar Shaddaa. The Hutt-controlled moon is dangerous, but it is also anonymous. Millions of beings pass through its ports every day. One more scarred human attracts no attention. He loads crates, unloads crates, learns the rhythms of the criminal underworld. The smugglers and pirates who frequent the docks have their own codes, their own hierarchies, their own sense of honor, twisted though it may be. Windu learns to navigate their world, to speak their language, to understand what they want and what they fear. This knowledge will be useful later. He works as a bodyguard on Ord Mantell. A minor crime lord hires him to stand behind his chair and look threatening. The work is tedious, but it pays well. More importantly, it gives Windu access to information networks he could never reach on his own. The crime lord deals in secrets, information about Imperial movements, identities of informants, locations of hidden bases. All of it passes through his organization. Windu listens, learns, remembers. By the time he moves on, he knows more about Imperial operations in this sector than most Imperial officers do. Throughout it all, he trains. Not in the ways of the Jedi. That path is closed to him now. The temple forms and katas are too recognizable. Anyone who saw them would know what he was. But there are other methods, other techniques. He learns to fight without the Force when necessary. His connection remains weakened, and he cannot rely on it as he once did. So he develops other skills. Hand-to-hand combat styles from a dozen worlds. Teras Kasi from Bunduki. Echani martial arts, the brutal street fighting of Nar Shaddaa's lower levels. Weapons training with blasters, vibroblades, and stun batons. He has always disdained such weapons. Uncivilized, as Obi-Wan used to say. But a lightsaber marks you as a target. Sometimes other tools are needed. He learns the dirty tricks of assassins and bounty hunters. Poisoned needles, hidden grenades, garrotes and tripwires. Nothing is beneath him now. Nothing is forbidden. Survival is the only rule that matters. And slowly, carefully, he begins to build. His first recruit finds him, not the other way around. Kira Voss was a Jedi Knight stationed on Felucia when Order 66 was executed. She had been with the Order for 20 years, had trained under Master Luminara Unduli, had fought in dozens of battles during the Clone Wars, had believed, truly believed, that they were building a better galaxy. That belief died on a jungle path. She was leading a squad of clone troopers through the fungal forest when her commander received the transmission. She did not hear the words, did not see the change in their posture, but she felt it, a sudden coldness in the Force, trust replaced by something mechanical, empty. She turned just as the first blaster bolt flew past her head. She did not understand why her soldiers suddenly turned their weapons on her. Did not understand why men she had fought beside for years were trying to kill her. These were her brothers, her family. "Commander, what are you doing?" No response. Just more blaster fire. She ran, not because she was a coward, but because she knew instinctively that fighting would accomplish nothing. She survived by hiding, by crawling through the mud and the fungi, by burying herself beneath the corpses of her fallen comrades until the clones moved on, convinced they had completed their mission. She lay there for hours, covered in blood that was not her own, listening to boots march past, listening to her own heartbeat pounding in her ears. Eventually they gave up. Kira emerged from the mud like something being born or dying. She did not know which. For months afterwards she wandered alone, broken, lost. The galaxy she knew had ended. Everything she believed in had been destroyed. She heard rumors of other survivors, but she could not bring herself to seek them out. The shame was too great, the guilt too heavy. She had survived when so many others had died. Why her? Why not Master Unduli, who was wiser? Why not the younglings, who had their whole lives ahead of them? Why had the Force chosen to spare her, of all people? She drifted from world to world, taking whatever work she could find. She sold her lightsaber on Corellia because she could not bear to look at it. She tried to forget she had ever been a Jedi. The Force was still there. She could feel it sometimes, in quiet moments. A whisper at the edge of her consciousness, a reminder of who she used to be. She ignored it, pushed it away, built walls around the parts of herself that remembered. It was easier that way. When she senses Windu's presence in a cantina on Nar Shaddaa, she thinks she is hallucinating. She has felt other Force signatures before, brief flickers in the crowd that made her heart race with hope before fading into nothing, false alarms, wishful thinking. But this presence is different, stronger, more controlled, and achingly familiar. She knows this signature, has felt it before, in the temple, in council chambers, in the halls of power she once walked as a proud servant of the Order. Impossible. He was dead. Everyone said so, but the Force does not lie. She approaches the scarred man sitting alone in the corner booth. He watches her come with eyes that miss nothing, half expecting him to vanish like all the other phantoms. Master Windu. The words feel strange in her mouth. She has not spoken them in over a year. He studies her for a long moment. She can feel him reaching out through the Force, testing her, reading her. "I'm not a master anymore. That order is gone." "Then what are you?" "Someone who is going to make things right." Kira sinks into the seat across from him. Her hands are shaking. She has not spoken to another Jedi in over a year. The emotions are overwhelming. Relief, hope, grief for everything they have lost. "They told us you were dead, that you were killed in the temple." Windu's expression does not change, but something flickers in his eyes. Pain, perhaps, or memory. "A lot of people died in the temple. I was not among them." "How did you survive?" "The same way you did, by being too stubborn to stop breathing." Kira laughs, but there is no humor in it. Just exhaustion, just grief. "I've spent months running, hiding, trying to forget what I was, what we were." "And has that worked?" She looks down at her hands. The calluses from years of lightsaber training are fading, being replaced by the calluses of manual labor. "No." Windu leans forward. His presence in the Force intensifies, not threatening, but compelling. I'm building something, a network, people who want to fight back against the Empire, against Vader specifically. Kira's eyes widen. Vader? You mean to take on Vader directly? I mean to destroy him, but I can't do it alone. I need people with skills, with training, with the will to see this through no matter the cost. He holds her gaze. I can feel the damage in you, the trauma, the guilt. You're barely holding yourself together, but I also feel your strength, your conviction. You survived because the Force willed it. Now the question is what you do with that survival. Kira is silent for a long moment. The cantina noise swirls around them. Laughter, shouts, the clink of glasses, the sounds of ordinary life in an ordinary place. She is not ordinary, has never been ordinary, has spent a year pretending to be something she is not. Maybe it is time to stop pretending. Finally, she meets his eyes. What do you need me to do? Kira becomes the first member of what will eventually be known as the Veil. She is followed by others, Jedi survivors who hear whispers of Windu's existence through underground channels. The network spreads through the hidden paths that Force sensitives have always used. Safe houses, dead drops, coded messages left in places only trained eyes would think to look. But Windu is selective. He turns away those who cling too tightly to the old ways. One survivor, a former temple guard, arrives at their meeting point quoting the Jedi Code. He speaks of duty and honor and the light side of the Force. He insists that their first priority should be rebuilding the Order as it was. Windu listens to him for an hour. Then he tells him to leave. The old order failed. Its rigidity made us blind. If you cannot adapt, you cannot be part of what I'm building. The guard protests, argues, eventually threatens to report Windu's location to the Empire out of spite. He does not leave the meeting alive. Windu does not enjoy killing him. But he cannot afford the risk, cannot afford to let sentiment override necessity. The guard made his choice when he threatened them all. This is the first lesson the others learn. The old rules no longer apply. More surprising than the Jedi are the non-Jedi who join. Commander Rax was a clone trooper assigned to the 187th Legion. He served under Windu himself during the early days of the Clone Wars. CT-7829. That was his designation. Just a number in an army of numbers. But Windu had called him Rax, had bothered to learn his nickname, had treated him like a person rather than a product. He remembered the Jedi Master's presence on the battlefield, the calm certainty, the devastating skill, the way he moved through enemy lines like a force of nature. He had admired Windu. All the clones had. The Jedi were everything they aspired to be. When the Kaminoans installed his inhibitor chip, they made an error. A tiny malfunction in the programming that went undetected through all the standard tests. The chip functioned normally in every simulation, responded correctly to every diagnostic. But when Order 66 was transmitted, something went wrong. Rax felt the compulsion, felt the overwhelming urge to turn his weapon on his Jedi general. The command echoed through his mind like a drumbeat. Kill the Jedi. Kill the Jedi. But unlike his brothers, he could resist. The chip screamed at him to kill, but some part of his mind remained his own. He stood frozen in the jungle of Kashyyyk, his rifle raised, his finger on the trigger. General Salon stood before him, her back turned. One shot. That was all it would take. He watched in horror as his squad opened fire, watched her fall, watched his brothers execute her while she pleaded for them to remember who they were. He could have stopped them. He was right there. But the chip's influence held him frozen, caught between two impossible imperatives. By the time he broke free, it was too late. That night, Rax deserted. He found a black market surgeon on Coruscant who removed the chip for a price. The procedure nearly killed him, but he survived. For months, he wandered, a man without purpose, a soldier with no war worth fighting. The guilt was crushing. He could have saved her, could have done something. When he hears rumors of a network targeting Vader, he seeks them out. The guilt drives him. The need to make amends for the brothers he could not save, and the Jedi he failed to protect. Windu is initially wary. A clone trooper is not someone he would have trusted before Order 66. The memories of that night remain too fresh. But Rax is different. He speaks of his guilt with raw honesty. He offers his tactical expertise without conditions. He asks for nothing but the chance to fight. You could be a spy. The Empire's way of infiltrating my network. I could be, but I'm not. Scan my thoughts if you don't believe me. I've got nothing to hide. Windu reaches out through the Force. He brushes against Rax's mind, reading the emotions that swirl there. Guilt, anger, determination. And beneath it all, a desperate hope that this might finally be his chance at redemption. He finds no deception, just a broken man searching for a reason to keep living. Welcome to the Veil. Rax becomes the network's military advisor. His tactical expertise transforms their operations. He knows how Imperial forces think, how they fight, how to beat them. The most valuable recruit comes from the most unlikely source. The fourth sister was an Inquisitor, one of Vader's personal hunters, trained to track down Jedi survivors and eliminate them. She wore the black armor of her order with pride. She killed without mercy or hesitation. Her name, before the Empire took her, was Ashara. She was a Jedi Padawan during the Clone Wars, barely 15 years old when Order 66 was executed. She was training in the temple when the clones marched up the steps. She remembers every moment. The confusion when the first shots were fired. The screams of younglings who did not understand what was happening. The masters who formed a defensive line, buying time for the students to escape. Most did not escape. Ashara was captured trying to reach the hangar bay. The clones stunned her, dragged her to a holding cell, left her there while the temple burned around her. For 2 days, she waited, hungry, terrified, alone. Then the Inquisitors came. The torture lasted for months. They broke her body first. Pain beyond anything she had imagined. Days without sleep. Weeks without proper food. But that was only the beginning. The mind techniques came next. They stripped away her identity, her memories, her beliefs, everything that made her a Jedi. They rebuilt her from nothing, conditioned her to obey, trained her to kill. The girl named Ashara died in those cells. What emerged was the fourth sister, a weapon, a tool, a monster in human form. For years, she served faithfully. She tracked Jedi across the galaxy. She killed them in the name of the Emperor. Each death added to her reputation. Each mission proved her loyalty. She was good at her work, one of the best. Then she made a mistake. Her target was on Lothal, a former Jedi Knight hiding in the farming communities outside the capital. He had evaded capture for 3 years, had helped other survivors escape Imperial patrols. She tracked him for weeks, learned his routines, identified his weaknesses. When she finally cornered him, he was not alone. A child was with him, a girl, no more than 6 years old. Not Force-sensitive, just a local farmer's daughter who had wandered into the wrong place at the wrong time. The fourth sister killed the Jedi. That part was easy. She had done it dozens of times before. But the child looked at her with eyes full of fear. Not hatred, not defiance, just pure, innocent terror. For a moment, the fourth sister hesitated. She remembered another child, herself, 15 years old, terrified and alone in a burning temple. She remembered the clone troopers who dragged her away, the cold efficiency in their eyes, the complete absence of mercy. She was that now. A weapon that killed without mercy, a monster that terrified children. Something cracked inside her. She let the child go. Vader punished her for it. The torture lasted for weeks. He wanted to know why she had shown weakness, wanted to understand the flaw in his creation, wanted to burn it out of her. He broke her bones and healed them just to break them again. He tore through her mind, searching for any remaining traces of the Jedi she had been. He found them, hidden deep, buried, but not dead. He tried to destroy them completely. He failed. When he was finished, he left her in a cell to die. She had outlived her usefulness, a broken tool to be discarded. But Ashara did not die. The same stubbornness that had kept a spark of her old self alive through all the years of service now kept her breathing when her body wanted to give up. She lay in that cell for days, drifting in and out of consciousness, waiting for death. Death did not come. Windu's people found her during a raid on an Imperial detention facility. They were not looking for her specifically. She was just another prisoner in a cell, more dead than alive. They almost left her behind. She wore the remnants of Inquisitor armor. Any reasonable person would have assumed she was the enemy. But Kira sensed something, a spark of light buried beneath layers of darkness. Bring her. We'll sort it out later. They brought her to one of their safe houses, expecting her to die. Instead, she woke up 3 days later and asked to speak with whoever was in charge. Windu came personally. The woman before him was barely recognizable as human. Her face was a map of scars and bruises. Her body was wasted, skin stretched tight over bones. She had been beautiful once. Now she was a ruin. But her eyes burned with a fire he recognized. The fire of someone who has lost everything and found a new reason to live. You should kill me. I've murdered dozens of your people. I know. Then why am I still alive? Because you know things I need to know. Vader's methods, his psychology, his weaknesses. Ashara laughs. It sounds like gravel scraping over glass. He doesn't have weaknesses. Everyone has weaknesses, even him, especially him. She studies him for a long moment, searching for deception, finding none. Then she nods. If you want to destroy Vader, I can help you. I know how he thinks, how he hunts. I know every protocol, every tactic, every blind spot in his operations. Use me, and I'll give you everything. Windu considers her offer. He can feel the darkness in her, the stain of years spent killing in the Empire's name. She is damaged in ways that may never heal, but she is also perhaps the most valuable asset he could ask for. What do you want in return? Ashara's eyes harden. For the first time since her capture, something other than exhaustion shows in her face. I want him dead. I want to watch the light fade from his mask while he chokes on his own blood. I want to take everything he made me do and shove it down his throat until he drowns in it. Her voice is steady, certain. I want to be the one who ends him. Not because he tortured me, because he made me torture others, because he turned me into a monster, because of what he did to that child I saved and all the children I didn't save. She meets Windu's eyes. He took my life, my identity, my soul. I want it back, and the only way to get it is to destroy him completely. That I can promise. Then we have a deal. The fourth member of Windu's inner circle is not a Force user at all. Kyle Draven is Mandalorian. His clan was destroyed during one of Vader's early operations, a purge designed to eliminate a pocket of resistance that had formed on a Mandalorian outpost. Vader led the assault personally. He killed Kale's father, his mother, his two younger siblings. Kyle survived only because he was off-world at the time, running a bounty contract on the other side of the galaxy. He returned to find ashes and corpses. For years, he hunted alone, taking any contract that brought him closer to Imperial targets, building a reputation as one of the most dangerous bounty hunters in the Outer Rim. He never took jobs for the Empire, no matter how lucrative. His hatred was too pure for that. When he hears about the Veil, he does not believe it at first. The idea that someone is building a network specifically to target Vader seems too good to be true. But he investigates anyway, follows the rumors, tracks the whispers. Eventually, he finds Windu. "I don't care about your Force mysticism. I don't care about your war against the Empire. I only care about one thing. Vader. Vader. Then we want the same thing." Kale brings more than just his combat skills to the network. He brings connections. Mandalorian clans who share his hatred of the Empire. Smugglers who owe him favors. Weapons dealers who sell to anyone with credits. His resources transform the Veil from a ragtag group of survivors into something approaching an actual organization. The final member of Windu's original circle is Admiral Vera Thorne. She was a rising star in the Imperial Navy. Brilliant tactical mind, impeccable service record. Destined for a command of her own within a decade. She believed in the Empire's mission, believed that order and stability were worth any price. Then she was assigned to assist Vader on a pacification operation. The target was a civilian population on the Outer Rim, a farming world that had sheltered rebel sympathizers. Vader's orders were simple: make an example of them. Vera watched as stormtroopers executed families, watched as children were herded into camps, watched as an entire civilization was ground into dust because a handful of their members had dared to question Imperial rule. She filed a protest through official channels. It was ignored. She confronted her commanding officer. She was told to mind her own business. She began documenting everything, recording atrocities, collecting evidence. She thought that if she could just get the information to the right people, surely someone would put a stop to it. She was wrong. Imperial intelligence intercepted her communications. She was scheduled for termination. Windu's people extracted her 3 days before the execution order was to be carried out. They had been watching her for months, waiting to see if she would make the choice they hoped for. Her tactical expertise transforms the Veil's operations. Her knowledge of Imperial protocols and procedures gives them advantages they never had before. Her contacts within the Navy provide intelligence that would otherwise be impossible to obtain. But more than that, she brings legitimacy. A flag officer who defected from the Empire. Proof that not everyone in uniform supports what Palpatine has built. With these 5 at its core, the Veil begins to take shape. The name is Ashara's suggestion. A veil conceals, protects, hides what lies beneath from prying eyes. "We operate in shadow," she explains during their first formal meeting. "We strike without warning and vanish without trace. Our enemies will never see us coming." Windu considers the name. It fits. The Veil it is. Windu insists on compartmentalization. Each cell knows only its own members and its immediate contacts. Information flows upward, but rarely downward. Even the cell leaders do not know the full structure of the network. Only Windu himself sees the complete picture. This creates challenges. Coordination becomes difficult. Operations require careful planning to avoid cells interfering with each other. But the security benefits outweigh the inconvenience. This way, if any cell is captured, the damage is limited. The Empire might learn about one piece of the puzzle, but they will never see the whole thing. The Imperial interrogation techniques are brutal. Drugs, torture, mind probes. Few people can resist indefinitely. But if they do not know anything, they cannot reveal anything. Windu explains this during training sessions. The recruits listen with serious faces. They understand what he is asking of them. Some of you will be captured. Some of you will be tortured. Some of you will die. He looks at each of them in turn. The best way I can protect the rest of the network is to ensure you know as little as possible about it. This is not a lack of trust. It is a recognition of reality. A recruit raises her hand. Young, idealistic, eager. What if we need to contact other cells? What if there's an emergency? There are protocols for that. Emergency channels that can be activated in extreme situations. But they are risky. Use them only when there is no other choice. The training continues. But more than structure, Windu builds a philosophy. The old Jedi Order failed because it became rigid. It mistook tradition for wisdom. It suppressed emotion instead of learning to channel it. The code they followed was meant to guide, not to constrain. But over centuries, it calcified into dogma. Windu had begun to recognize this even before Order 66. His development of Varpad was partly a response to it, a way of touching emotions that other Jedi feared without being consumed by them. Now he takes that recognition further. The Force is not light or dark, he tells his students. It simply is. The darkness we fear comes from within ourselves. Our anger, our fear, our attachments. These are not weaknesses, they are aspects of being alive. He paces before them. His mechanical hand gleams in the light. The old order taught us to suppress these emotions, to pretend we did not feel them. But suppression is not control. It is denial. And denial always fails eventually. He stops, turns to face them directly. I am offering you something different. Feel everything. Acknowledge everything. Understand everything about yourself, including the parts you wish did not exist. His eyes are intense. Then use them. Channel your anger into focus, your fear into caution, your love into motivation. Let these emotions serve you instead of controlling you. A Jedi survivor speaks up, older than the others. His face bears the marks of his own journey. This sounds like the dark side. What you're describing, Windu shakes his head. The dark side is about surrender, letting your emotions overwhelm your judgment, becoming a slave to your desires. He ignites his lightsaber. The purple blade casts strange shadows. What I am teaching is about control. Not denying your emotions, not surrendering to them, using them. There is a difference. How do we know when we've crossed the line? Windu considers the question. It is the right question to ask. You will feel it. The moment when using your anger becomes enjoying your anger. When channeling fear becomes being ruled by fear. When your attachments begin to compromise your judgment. He deactivates his blade. That is the line. Stay on the right side of it. The philosophy spreads through the network. Not everyone accepts it. Some of the Jedi survivors cannot reconcile Windu's teachings with their own beliefs. A former temple guard is particularly resistant. He arrives at a safe house quoting the Jedi Code, speaking of duty and honor and the light side of the Force. He insists that their first priority should be rebuilding the Order as it was. Windu listens to him for an hour. Then he tells him to leave. The old order failed. Its rigidity made us blind, made us incapable of seeing the threat growing in our midst, made us incapable of adapting when our enemies evolved. The guard protests. His voice rises. His certainty is unshaken. The code is eternal. It has guided the Jedi for thousands of years. We cannot abandon it simply because of one defeat. One defeat? The Order was annihilated. Every master dead. Every student hunted. The temple burned and desecrated. Windu's voice is cold. If that is not a sign that our methods were flawed, I do not know what would be. The guard shakes his head. I will not be part of this heresy, and I will not allow you to lead others astray. The threat is clear in his words, in his stance. Windu does not hesitate. The guard is dead before he finishes drawing his lightsaber. The others watch in silence. Some are shocked. Others nod with grim understanding. Windu wipes his blade, deactivates it. He made his choice when he threatened the network. I made mine. He looks at the assembled trainees. I do not enjoy killing, but I will not allow sentiment to compromise our security. If any of you feel you cannot accept that, leave now. I will not stop you. No one moves. This is the first lesson they learn. The old rules no longer apply. Survival requires sacrifice, sometimes of others, sometimes of yourself. The training sessions are brutal, but they are also transformative. Windu spars with each of his students personally. He holds nothing back. They come away from these sessions bruised and exhausted, but stronger than before. You hesitated, he tells Kira after one session. When I left my right side open, you saw the opportunity, but did not take it. Kira is breathing hard. Sweat runs down her face. Her arms ache from the exertion. I didn't want to hurt you. A real fight. That hesitation will get you killed. Vader will not show you mercy because you are reluctant to harm him. The Jedi taught us to value life. The Jedi are dead. Their teachings failed them. I am not asking you to become a monster. I am asking you to survive. He picks up his lightsaber, offers her a hand up. Survival requires hard choices. Sometimes you will have to hurt people, kill people, people who may not deserve it, people who are simply in the wrong place at the wrong time. Kira takes his hand, pulls herself to her feet. How do you live with that? You don't. Not really. You carry it, add it to all the other weights you already bear, and you keep moving forward anyway. He ignites his blade again. Now, again. Those who remain become something new. Not Jedi, not Sith, something in between. Warriors who can match the Inquisitors and even Vader himself because they are not limited by the old rules. The network's first operations are small, careful. They test their capabilities against soft targets, learning what works and what does not. The first mission is simple. Sabotage a supply convoy destined for an Inquisitor training facility. Kira leads a team of 4. They intercept the convoy on a hyperspace route, disable the escort ships, and destroy the cargo. The operation begins with precision timing. Their ship, a modified freighter with hidden weapon systems, drops out of hyperspace directly in the convoy's path. The Imperial escorts react immediately, 2 corvettes breaking formation to intercept. Kira gives the order. Their ship's hidden turrets open fire. The first corvette's shields buckle under the unexpected assault. Its captain scrambles to respond, but there is no time. A well-placed torpedo finds the engine compartment. The corvette tumbles away, trailing fire. The second escort is more cautious. It holds back, trying to coordinate with the convoy. Kira uses this hesitation against them. Her team boards the main cargo ship, while the escort is still deciding what to do. The fighting inside is brutal but brief. Stormtroopers defend the cargo, but they are not prepared for Force users. Kira's lightsaber carves through their ranks. Her companions support her with blaster fire. Within minutes, the ship is secured. They plant charges in the cargo holds, medical supplies, training equipment, everything the Inquisitors need to create more hunters. All of it will burn. The second corvette finally commits to an attack. Too late. Kira's team has already evacuated. Their ship jumps to hyperspace as the charges detonate. The convoy becomes a debris field. No Imperial survivors. No trace of who was responsible. Back at their safe house, Kira delivers her report. Windu listens without interrupting. When she finishes, he nods. Good work. Lessons learned. Kira considers the question. The escorts were too slow to react. Their protocols prioritized protecting the cargo over engaging the threat. We can exploit that in future operations. What else? The stormtroopers were better trained than I expected. Standard troops don't fight like that. They might have been special forces. Windu nods again. The Inquisitor program has its own dedicated support units. We should assume future targets will have similar protection. Understood. Rest tonight. Tomorrow, we plan the next operation. The second mission is more complex. Intelligence suggests that a Force-sensitive child on Ryloth has been identified by the Empire. An Inquisitor team is being dispatched to collect her. The child's name is Nella. She is 7 years old. She does not understand why men in black armor are coming for her. She only knows that her parents are afraid. Windu sends Rax and 2 others. They must reach the child first. Extract her before the Inquisitors arrive. Leave behind enough evidence to suggest she died in an accident. The journey to Ryloth takes 3 days. Rax spends the time studying the terrain. The village where Nella lives is small, isolated, no Imperial garrison nearby. That is both good and bad. Good because there will be fewer enemies. Bad because the Inquisitors will not expect resistance. They will be prepared for a simple collection mission. Anything unexpected will put them on alert. Rax plans carefully. His team will approach from the south, through a canyon that provides cover. They will make contact with the family during the night, before the Inquisitors arrive. The timing will be tight. They land their ship in the canyon as planned. Move on foot toward the village. The Ryloth night is cold, clear. 2 moons provide enough light to navigate without equipment. Rax signals his team to halt. Something is wrong. The village is quiet, too quiet. No lights in the windows, no sounds of life. They crept forward, found the first body at the village entrance. A male Twi'lek shot in the back. He was running, did not make it far. More bodies, women, children, the entire village massacred. The Inquisitors arrived early. Rax feels cold rage building in his chest. He suppresses it. There is no time for emotion. They need to find the child, if she is still alive. They search the village systematically, house by house, body by body. Finally, they find her. Nayla is hiding in a storage cellar beneath her family's dwelling. She is covered in dirt and trembling with fear. Her parents are upstairs. They did not survive. Rax approaches slowly, gently. He remembers his own fear when Order 66 was executed. The confusion, the terror. It's okay. We're here to help you. The child looks up at him. Her eyes are red from crying. They killed everyone. I know. I'm sorry. Are they coming back? Rax hesitates. Then he tells her the truth. Yes, but we're going to take you somewhere safe, somewhere they can never find you. He lifts her into his arms. She does not resist. She has no strength left to resist. They leave the village behind. Move quickly through the canyon. Every minute matters now. The Inquisitors return 2 hours later. They find the village exactly as they left it, except for one detail. The Force-sensitive child is gone. A fire has consumed the house where she lived. The bodies inside are burned beyond recognition. The lead Inquisitor reports to his superiors. The target perished in an accidental fire before collection was possible. The mission is classified as a failure. No one suspects the truth. Neela is brought to one of the Vale's safe houses. She is traumatized, barely speaks. The healers do what they can for her body. Her mind will take longer. Windu visits her on the 3rd day. He sits beside her bed, does not speak, simply waits. Finally, she looks at him. Why did they kill my family? Because they were afraid of you, of what you might become. I don't want to be anything. I just want my parents back. Windu is silent for a long moment. I cannot give you that. No one can. But I can promise you this. The people who did this will never hurt anyone else. We will make sure of it. Nella looks at him. Something changes in her eyes. The fear begins to give way to something else. I want to help. I want to stop them. Windu shakes his head. Not yet. You are too young, too untrained. But someday, when you are ready, we will teach you. Promise? Promise. He rises to leave. At the door, he pauses. The pain never goes away completely. But it does get easier to carry. Trust me. He walks out. Behind him, Nella stares at the ceiling, thinking, planning, waiting. The 3rd mission is assassination. Admiral Vara Kell is a logistics officer responsible for supplying Vader's operations. He oversees the fuel shipments, the munitions convoys, the maintenance supplies that keep Vader's fleet running. Without him, the entire network of support would need to be rebuilt from scratch. He is also responsible for the death of 17 Vale operatives. His intelligence teams identified a cell on Corellia. His orders sent the strike force that killed them. The mission is personal, as much as strategic. Ashara plans the operation. She knows Imperial security protocols better than anyone. She identifies the gaps in Kell's protection, the moments when he is vulnerable. Kell maintains a residence on Coruscant. He travels between his office and his home via private shuttle. The route is varied, but the destination is constant. The shuttle lands on a private pad on the roof of his building. 30 seconds of exposure before he reaches the security of his penthouse. 30 seconds is enough. Kyle Draven takes position in a neighboring building. His rifle is a custom design. Mandalorian technology combined with modifications of his own invention. Accurate at ranges that would be impossible for standard weapons. He waits for 3 days, watching, learning the patterns. On the 4th day, Kell's shuttle approaches, lands. The Admiral steps out. Kale breathes, steadies his hand, finds the target. 1 shot. The Admiral is dead before anyone realizes what happened. Kale disassembles his weapon, leaves the building through a prepared exit route. By the time Imperial security responds, he is already off-world. The Empire investigates, but they find nothing. The rifle was atomized by a built-in self-destruct. The position was sanitized. No witnesses, no evidence. Just another unsolved murder in a galaxy full of them. Windu receives confirmation of the kill 6 hours later. He does not celebrate. He does not mourn. He simply marks another name off the list. The list is long. The work continues. The 4th mission nearly ends in disaster. Intelligence suggests that an Imperial listening post on Dantooine has intercepted communications from a Vale cell. The information could compromise multiple operations. Windu sends a team to destroy the post before the data can be transmitted to Imperial High Command. The team is led by an operative named Marcus. Young, eager, perhaps too eager. Marcus has something to prove. He was the only survivor when his cell was destroyed by Inquisitors. The guilt drives him. He takes risks that others would not. The listening post is lightly defended. A handful of technicians, a small security detachment, nothing that should present a serious challenge. Marcus leads his team in fast. Too fast. He does not wait for reconnaissance, does not check for surprises. The trap closes around them. The listening post was bait. The security detachment was hiding a full company of stormtroopers. The Imperials knew the veil was coming. Marcus realizes his mistake too late. His team is surrounded, outgunned, trapped. The fighting is desperate. Marcus's people give everything they have, but there are too many enemies, too few escape routes. One by one, they fall. Marcus is the last one standing. He fights until his blaster overheats. Then he fights with his hands. Then he falls. The Imperials take him alive. They want information. They want names. They get nothing. Marcus endures 3 weeks of interrogation, electric shocks, chemical treatments, psychological manipulation. They try everything. He tells them nothing. When they finally kill him, he dies without betraying a single name, a single location, a single piece of useful information. His sacrifice protects the network, but it comes at a terrible cost. Windu learns of the disaster through secondary channels. He receives the report in silence, reads it twice. Then he walks to his quarters and does not emerge for 2 days. When he returns, his face is hard, set. Gather the cell leaders. We need to review our protocols. The meeting is brutal. Windu does not raise his voice. He does not need to. His disappointment is a physical force in the room. We lost 8 people because of poor planning, because someone was too eager to prove themselves. He looks at each leader in turn. I understand the desire for action, the need to strike back at the Empire. But recklessness is not bravery. It is suicide. He pauses. From now on, every operation will include a mandatory reconnaissance phase. No exceptions, no shortcuts. Every target will be verified before we commit forces. The leaders nod. They understand. Marcus's death will not be repeated. The operations continue. The network grows. Each success brings new recruits, survivors who hear rumors of the Veil and seek them out, defectors who want to fight the Empire but do not know how, idealists who believe in something worth dying for. Windu accepts them all, tests them, trains those who have potential, sends the others to support roles where they can contribute without risking the network's security. The structure becomes more complex. Cells spread across the outer rim. Safe houses multiply. Communication networks expand. But with growth comes vulnerability. More people means more opportunities for infiltration, more chances for mistakes, more potential for disaster. Windu sleeps less, worries more. The weight of leadership presses down on him. Some nights, he sits alone in his quarters and wonders if he is doing the right thing. He started this to destroy Vader, to avenge the Jedi, to make things right. But the network has become something larger than revenge. It has become hope for people who had none, purpose for those who lost everything, family for the abandoned and forgotten. If he fails, all of that dies with him. The responsibility is crushing, but he cannot set it down. Too many people depend on him now. So he continues, plans the next operation, trains the next recruit, builds the next cell, one step at a time, one day at a time. The war continues. Each success is documented, analyzed. They learn from their mistakes, refine their techniques, build their confidence. But Windu knows they cannot hide forever. Eventually, Vader will notice the pattern. Eventually, the The hunt will begin. He is counting on it. The attacks continue. Escalate. On Lothal, an Imperial garrison commander vanishes. His body is never found, but his datapad is discovered with a single message burned into the screen. This is the first of many. On Kessel, a prison transport carrying captured rebels is hijacked. The Imperial escort is eliminated with surgical precision. Among the dead is a junior Inquisitor who made the mistake of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. On Ryloth, an Imperial listening post is destroyed. The explosion is traced to sabotage, but no evidence of the perpetrators is ever found. Each operation is different. Different methods, different targets, different worlds. But they all have one thing in common. They all strike at infrastructure that supports Vader specifically. His intelligence networks, his supply chains, his hunting operations. The Veil is not attacking the Empire randomly. They are attacking Vader personally. At first, Imperial intelligence assumes these are unconnected incidents, random rebel activity. The Empire has many enemies after all. A few destroyed convoys and dead officers barely register against the backdrop of galactic unrest. But Vader knows better. He sits in his meditation chamber on Mustafar, reviewing the reports. The fortress rises around him, black stone gleaming with reflected lava. The air is thick with heat and the smell of sulfur. He spreads the data across his display. Dates, locations, methods, targets. The pattern is subtle. It would be invisible to anyone who does not know what to look for. A logistics officer here, a supply depot there, an Inquisitor on an unrelated mission. But Vader sees the connections. These are not random attacks. They are surgical strikes. Each one weakens his operational capacity. Each one forces him to divert resources, to rebuild networks, to replace personnel. Someone is targeting him specifically, and the signature of the planning is unmistakable. The patience, the precision, the way each operation builds on the last. Only a Jedi Master could coordinate something like this. Then he feels it, a ripple in the Force, a presence that makes his mechanical hands clench involuntarily. Familiar, impossible. Mace Windu. For a moment, Vader is frozen. Memories surge through him unbidden. The Chancellor's office, the purple blade at Palpatine's throat, his own desperate intervention, the fall. He watched Windu go through that window, watched him plummet into the Coruscant night. No one could survive that fall. The lightning alone should have been lethal, but the Force whispers the truth. The dark side shows him what his eyes refuse to believe. Windu is alive, and he is coming. Vader rises from his meditation. The rage builds in his chest, mechanical heart pumping faster. He has many enemies: the rebellion, the remnants of the separatists, political rivals within the Empire itself. But Windu is different. Windu represents everything Vader hates about his past. The Jedi Order that rejected him, the rigid certainty that condemned him, the blade that would have killed his master without hesitation. If Windu wants a war, Vader will give him one. The hunt begins in earnest. Vader redirects Inquisitors from their normal duties. He pulls agents from a dozen other operations. He deploys probe droids across the Outer Rim, scanning for any trace of his quarry. He personally interrogates prisoners who might have information about Jedi survivors. The sessions are brutal. Most do not survive. Those who do wish they had died. The Veil suffers for it. 3 cells are destroyed in the first month. 17 operatives killed. 4 captured and tortured before being executed. Each death ripples through the network. These are not just statistics. They are people Windu recruited. People he trained. People who believed in what they were building. The first cell to fall is on Corellia. They were running a safe house for fugitives fleeing Imperial justice. An informant sold them out for a handful of
We see the chamber, then the opening, now the tools for extraction.
Ysalamiri, creatures that create bubbles where the Force cannot penetrate. Native to the planet Merkur, known to those who hunt Force users. He has walked into a dead zone, a place where his greatest advantage is neutralized. Clever. But Vader is not just a Force user. He is also a warrior, a machine of destruction encased in armor designed to keep him alive through any assault. He does not need the Force to kill. He ignites his blade. The red glow pushes back the shadows. Come then, let us end this. The first attackers come from above. 4 fighters drop from the catwalks. Their movements are coordinated. Professional, they have trained for this moment. Their weapons are unusual. The blades gleam with a strange sheen. Cortosis weave, the mineral that can resist a lightsaber. They attack as one. Their formation is perfect, their timing impeccable. They have been trained by someone who knows how to fight Sith. Vader meets them head-on. His blade crashes against their weapons, sparks fly. The cortosis scrapes against the plasma edge but does not shatter. He adapts quickly. These fighters are skilled, but they are not his equal. He uses the environment, pulls down support beams with the Force from outside the Ysalamiri's range, creates obstacles that break their formation. One by one, he cuts them down. The first falls when Vader catches his arm and twists. The bone snaps. A quick thrust ends his suffering. The second overextends on a lunge. Vader sidesteps and drives his blade through her back. The third tries to retreat. Vader does not let him. A gesture tears a section of catwalk free. It crashes down, pinning the fighter beneath tons of metal. The fourth is the most skilled. She holds her ground for nearly a minute, trading blows with the Dark Lord of the Sith. Her movements are precise, economical. She has studied him, knows his patterns, but skill alone is not enough against raw power. Vader batters through her guard and removes her head with a single stroke. When it is over, he stands among the bodies. His breathing is slightly accelerated. The fight was more challenging than he expected, but they were never meant to kill him. They were meant to delay. He realizes this too late. When Vader finally reaches the central chamber, he finds only a holographic projector sitting on a dusty crate. It activates as he approaches. Windu's face appears in flickering blue light. The scars are visible, the mechanical hand, the eyes that burn with cold fire. You're slower than I remember. Vader's rage shakes the building. The walls tremble. Dust falls from the ceiling. Come, face me yourself, coward. Not yet. You're not ready. I will tear your network apart. I will find everyone you care about and kill them in front of you. I will make you watch as I destroy everything you've built. Windu's hologram is unmoved. You've been trying. How is that going? The transmission ends. Windu's image dissolves into static, and then nothing. Vader stands in the ruins, surrounded by the bodies of Windu's operatives. He won the battle. He killed 4 skilled fighters who were sent specifically to test him. But he lost something more important. He lost his certainty. Windu was here, watching, evaluating. He saw how Vader fought, learned his patterns, identified his weaknesses. The next trap will be better designed. The next fighters will be better prepared. The next confrontation will be closer to the edge. And eventually, Windu will spring a trap that Vader cannot escape. The Dark Lord stands in the ruins of the factory, breathing heavily. For the first time since his transformation, he feels something that might be fear, not fear of death. He has made peace with death long ago. Fear of defeat. Fear that Windu might actually succeed. The psychological warfare begins in earnest. Windu understands something about Vader that few others do. The armor is not just physical, it is mental as well. Vader has buried Anakin Skywalker beneath layers of rage and hate and pain. He has convinced himself that the man he was no longer exists. But trauma does not disappear just because you deny it. It waits, it festers, it looks for any crack in the armor through which to emerge. Windu will provide those cracks. He spends weeks planning the campaign, studying Vader's history, identifying the pressure points, the memories that still haunt him, the losses that still sting. Everyone has vulnerabilities, he tells his inner circle. Even the most powerful Sith Lord in the galaxy. We just need to find them. Ashara provides crucial insights. She knows how Vader thinks, how he was trained to suppress emotion, how fragile that suppression truly is. He feels everything, she explains. Every kill, every victim, every memory of who he used to be. He pretends not to, but the pain is always there, just beneath the surface. Then we will bring it to the surface. The first operation targets Naboo, the planet where Anakin Skywalker found love, where he married Padme Amidala in secret, where his life seemed full of promise and hope before everything went wrong. A Veil team infiltrates Theed under cover of a diplomatic festival. The city is crowded. Security is focused on the visiting dignitaries. No one pays attention to a handful of travelers who slip away from the main celebrations. They plant a recording device in the main plaza, hidden among the decorative columns, timed to activate when Imperial forces are present. The recording is of Padme's voice, a speech she gave to the Senate years ago. Nothing sensitive, nothing secret, just her words, her cadence, her passion for justice and democracy. The message is not for the public. It is for one person only. 3 days later, a squad of stormtroopers patrols the plaza. Routine security. Nothing unusual. The device activates. Padme's voice fills the plaza. Clear, strong, unmistakable. The stormtroopers freeze. They do not understand what is happening. They radio for instructions. Word reaches the local garrison commander. He orders the device found and destroyed. But the process takes time. The recording continues to play. For 6 hours, Padme Amidala's voice echoes through Theed's main plaza. Millions hear it. Millions are reminded of the woman who died when the Republic fell. The woman who stood for everything the Empire claims to oppose. The Imperial propaganda machine scrambles to respond. They dismiss it as a rebel trick, a desperate attempt to stir up trouble. They assure the public that it means nothing. But somewhere in the galaxy, Darth Vader hears about the incident. He requests the recording, listens to it in his private chambers. He does not sleep that night. The mask cannot hide the tears that would fall if his tear ducts still functioned. Instead, he rages. He destroys his meditation chamber, shatters the walls with the Force, tears apart everything within reach. 2 officers make the mistake of approaching his quarters to investigate the noise. They die screaming. The next morning, Vader is calm, controlled, his rage buried once again beneath the armor. But the memory lingers. Padme's voice plays in his mind whenever he tries to meditate. Whenever his thoughts wander to the past, he tries so hard to forget. The first crack has appeared. The second operation targets Tatooine. Windu sends Kale Draven to locate the graves. The Lars homestead, destroyed years ago in a fire set by Imperial troops searching for droids. The unmarked burial sites in the desert, where Anakin's mother rests alongside the Sand People, he slaughtered in his grief. Kyle arrives on a transport shuttle, posing as a moisture farmer looking to purchase equipment. He spends 3 days in the local settlements, asking careful questions, learning the history, The locals remember the Skywalkers, the mother who was taken by Sand People, the son who came looking for her, the massacre that followed. They speak of it in whispers. Even now, decades later, the fear has not faded. Kyle finds the homestead easily enough. Little remains but foundations and char. The desert has claimed most of it, but nearby he finds what he is looking for. 2 graves, simple markers, almost invisible beneath the sand. One belongs to Shmi Skywalker, Anakin's mother, the woman who loved him more than anything in the galaxy. The other belongs to Klieg Lars, the man who married Shmi, who tried to save her from the Sand People, who failed. Kale does not disturb the graves. That is not his mission. He simply marks them, places a small monument that will be visible from orbit, and he leaves a message encoded in the monument's base. She loved you. What would she think of you now? He leaves Tatooine the same day. No trace of his presence remains. 3 weeks later, Vader receives a report. A monument has appeared on Tatooine, near the site of the Lars homestead. The locals claim not to know who placed it there. Vader goes to Tatooine himself. He has not visited this world since he was a child. Since he left his mother behind to pursue a destiny he did not fully understand. He stands before his mother's grave for the first time since he buried her. The sand swirls around him. The twin suns beat down. Everything is exactly as he remembers, and completely different. He was a different person then, a boy with dreams of adventure and heroism, a boy who believed that the Jedi would save everyone he loved. He was wrong. The message burns into his mind. She loved you. What would she think of you now? He knows the answer, has always known it. Shmi Skywalker loved her son, believed in him, sacrificed everything so he could have a better life. She would not recognize the monster he has become. He would disgust her, horrify her, break her heart all over again. Vader destroys the monument, reduces it to atoms with his lightsaber. The sand around him fuses into glass from the heat, but the words remain. They will always remain. The second crack has widened. The third operation is the most dangerous yet. Mustafar, Vader's fortress, the most heavily defended location in the Empire outside of Coruscant itself. The planet is a hellscape. Rivers of lava, toxic atmosphere, constant volcanic activity. No one would choose to live here. Vader chose to live here. The pain of this world matches the pain inside him. The darkness matches his soul. Suicide to attempt infiltration. The fortress has sensors, patrols, automated defenses. Even the planet itself is hostile to intruders. But Windu is not trying to kill Vader. He is trying to hurt him. Ashara leads the team. She knows Vader's security protocols. She knows the gaps in his defenses. She knows that even the most paranoid overlord cannot watch everything at once. They approach Mustafar using a captured Imperial shuttle. The transponder codes are authentic, stolen from a supply depot 3 months ago. The fortress's automated systems accept the codes, grant landing clearance. They do not enter the fortress itself. That would be impossible. The interior is protected by measures that even Ashara cannot circumvent. Instead, they plant evidence on the outer perimeter, in locations where Vader walks during his meditations, places he visits regularly, alone. The evidence is about Padme Amidala, not lies, the truth, that she died of a broken heart, that she lost the will to live because the man she loved became a monster, that her final words were about the good she still believed was in him. Medical records from the facility where she died, testimony from the droids that attended her, her final moments captured for posterity, and a message. She believed in you, even at the end. She believed you could come back, that there was still good in you. Was she wrong? They leave Mustafar as quietly as they arrived. No alarms, no pursuit. 3 days later, Vader finds the evidence. He is walking the outer perimeter of his fortress, a routine he follows whenever his thoughts become too loud. The heat and the danger help him focus, remind him of what he has become. The data pad is sitting on a rock, obvious, impossible to miss. Vader knows it is a trap, knows he should destroy it without looking, report the breach to his security teams, increase patrols. He picks it up anyway. The recordings play. Padmé's final moments, her weakening voice, her desperate hope. There is good in him. I know there is still good in him. Vader watches until the recording ends. Then he watches it again. He does not destroy the data pad. He takes it back to his chambers, locks it away where no one else will find it. He tells himself it is evidence, that he is keeping it for security purposes, that he needs to analyze it to understand how the breach occurred. He knows he is lying to himself. He watches the recording every night for a week. Each time, the pain is fresh, raw, unbearable. On the 7th night, something inside him shifts, not toward the light, not toward redemption, but toward doubt. For the first time since his transformation, Darth Vader wonders if he made the right choice. The 3rd crack has become a fracture. The psychological campaign continues for months. Each operation is designed to destabilize, to force Vader to confront the past he has buried beneath anger and pain. On Coruscant, they leave photographs of the Jedi Temple before its fall. Images of younglings training in the practice halls. The same younglings Vader killed during Order 66. On Alderaan, before its destruction, they plant recordings of Bail Organa speaking about Padmé, about her courage, her principles, her refusal to compromise her beliefs, even when it cost her everything. On Kashyyyk, they mark the graves of the Wookiees who died during the Imperial occupation. Wookiees who fought alongside the Jedi during the Clone Wars. Wookiees who trusted Anakin Skywalker. Each message is different. Each one targets a different wound. But together, they form a pattern. A constant reminder of everything Vader has lost, everything he has destroyed, everything he can never reclaim. The effect is cumulative. Vader becomes obsessed with the Veil. He disobeys direct orders from the Emperor to pursue leads on Windu's location. He executes subordinates who fail to produce results. His rage makes him powerful, but it also makes him predictable. The Veil exploits this ruthlessly. But the war takes its toll on both sides. The second major confrontation happens on Ord Mantell. Vader tracks a cell to the planet's industrial sector. His intelligence suggests this is a major hub for Veil operations, perhaps even a location where Windu himself might be found. The information comes from multiple sources: intercepted communications, informant reports, pattern analysis by Imperial intelligence. All of it points to an abandoned manufacturing complex on the planet's northern continent. Vader does not know if Windu is there, but he knows someone important is. The network would not risk such a significant presence without good reason. He brings a full complement of stormtroopers, 2 Inquisitors, air support. He is not taking any chances. The assault begins at dawn. Imperial forces surround the facility. Dropships disgorge troops at every entrance. TIE fighters patrol the airspace, shooting down anything that tries to escape. Vader leads the charge personally. His lightsaber ignites as he strides through the main entrance. His presence in the Force is a crushing weight, pressing down on everyone in the building. The first resistance comes from automated defenses. Turrets hidden in the walls, explosive charges buried in the floor. The building itself has been turned into a death trap. Stormtroopers fall. Vader pushes forward. The obstacles slow him, but they cannot stop him. He reaches the central chamber, expecting to find Windu. Instead, he finds Commander Rax and a team of 7 operatives. They are outgunned and outmanned. They know they cannot win, but they do not need to win. They need to delay. Rax triggers the facility's lockdown. Blast doors seal. Security systems activate. The maze of corridors becomes a death trap for anyone unfamiliar with its layout. The Imperial forces slow. Casualties mount. Stormtroopers fall to booby traps and ambushes. The Inquisitors push ahead. Their force sensitivity allows them to detect some of the traps, but not all. One of them triggers a hidden explosive. The detonation tears through his body. The other Inquisitor is more cautious. She advances slowly, carefully, probing ahead with the Force. A Veil operative drops from the ceiling. His vibroblade catches her across the throat. She dies before she can scream. Vader feels their deaths through the Force. His rage builds. These people dare to challenge him, dare to kill his servants. He will make them pay. He tears through the corridors. The blast doors are obstacles only briefly. His lightsaber cuts through them. His power rips them from their hinges. Bodies fall in his wake. Stormtroopers, Veil operatives. It does not matter. Anyone who gets in his way dies. When he finally confronts Rax, the clone trooper is alone. His team has evacuated. Their mission is complete. The delay has worked. Whatever was in this facility has been extracted. Whatever plans were being made have been moved elsewhere. Vader has captured an empty building. You were one of mine. Rax's designation was visible on his armor during the Clone Wars. 187th Legion. Rax stands at attention, military posture, defiant eyes. I served the Republic, not you. The Republic is dead. The Jedi are dead. You could have had a place in the New Order. I'd rather die than serve the Empire. Vader considers this. The clone stands before him, unarmed, defiant. He knows he cannot win this fight. That can be arranged. Rax smiles. It is not a pleasant smile. It is the smile of a man who has already made peace with death. I know. I've been ready for this since Order 66, when I watched my brothers murder the woman who trusted us, who led us, who treated us like people instead of property. His voice is steady, calm. We were supposed to protect the Jedi. That was our purpose, our reason for existing. But the chip turned us into murderers, slaves, puppets dancing on Palpatine's strings. He meets Vader's gaze. I removed my chip, not soon enough to save anyone, but soon enough to know what I did, to remember every face, every scream, every body that fell because of me. The weight of those memories is visible in his eyes. Years of guilt, years of shame. Kill me if you want. It doesn't matter. What we've built will survive. The network will continue. And eventually, you will face Windu. And when you do, you will lose. Vader's blade ignites. The red glow illuminates Rax's face. We shall see. The killing stroke is quick. Rax does not suffer. Vader stands over the body for a long moment. The clone's words echo in his mind. Eventually, you will face Windu. And when you do, you will lose. Doubt. An unfamiliar emotion. He has not felt it since before his transformation. He crushes it beneath layers of rage, buries it where it cannot reach him, but it does not disappear. It waits, grows, feeds on every failure, every setback. Eventually, it will demand to be heard. The war continues. Weeks pass. The Veil adapts to Vader's intensified hunt. They become more careful, more paranoid, more deadly. For every cell Vader destroys, 2 more appear elsewhere. The network is learning, evolving, becoming harder to track. Vader's frustration grows. He has unlimited resources. the full backing of the Empire. And yet, he cannot crush a handful of fugitives. The Emperor watches, waits, says nothing. But Vader knows his master is displeased. Every failure is noted, every setback remembered. The pressure builds, the rage intensifies, the hunt becomes an obsession. And somewhere in the shadows, Windu watches, plans, prepares. The final confrontation draws closer. Meanwhile, the veil grows stronger, even as it loses people. Each fallen operative is replaced by two more, who hear of the network and want to join. Windu begins making contact with other resistance groups. The seeds of what will eventually become the Rebel Alliance are being planted across the galaxy. The Veil offers training, resources, intelligence. They do not seek to lead this larger movement. Their war is personal, specific, focused, but their war and the larger fight have the same enemy. Meanwhile, Vader intensifies his hunt. He commits more resources, more agents, more ships. The Emperor grows concerned about his apprentice's obsession, but allows it to continue. If Vader wants to destroy this network, Palpatine will not stop him. But Palpatine is also watching, waiting, curious to see how this conflict will resolve. The fourth operation nearly destroys the Veil entirely. An operative named Saren has been with the network for 2 years. He was recruited by Kira Voss on Corellia. She found him working as a dock worker, bitter and angry about the Empire's treatment of his homeworld. He showed promise from the start, quick learner, dedicated, willing to take risks that others would not. He rose through the ranks to become a cell leader, responsible for 12 operatives across 3 systems. What no one knew was that Saren had a family, a wife named Mira, a daughter named Leia, just 6 years old. They lived on Chandrila, far from his operations. He kept them secret, told himself it was to protect them, told himself that if the network did not know about them, they could not be used against him. He was wrong. Imperial intelligence found them 6 months ago. They did not arrest them, did not harm them. They simply watched, waited, gathered information. Then they made contact. The offer was simple. Provide information on the Veil, and your family lives. Refuse, and watch them die slowly. Your wife first, then your daughter. We will make sure you see everything. Saren agonized for 3 days. He barely slept, could not eat. The choice tore him apart. In the end, he made his decision. He told himself it was the right thing to do, that his family was innocent, that they should not suffer for his choices. He told himself a lot of things. He does not betray everything. He cannot. The compartmentalization that Windu insisted on prevents any single operative from knowing the full structure. But he knows enough. He knows the location of 3 safe houses, the identity of 2 cell leaders, the communication frequencies used for emergency contact. He knows when and where Windu meets with his inner circle. He provides this information to the Empire. The hammer falls. Imperial forces hit all 3 safe houses simultaneously. The attacks are perfectly coordinated, brutal, efficient. The first safe house is on Corellia, a small apartment in the industrial district used to shelter operatives passing through the system. Stormtroopers breach the doors at dawn. The 3 operatives inside fight back, but they are outnumbered and outgunned. The battle lasts less than 5 minutes. No survivors. The second safe house is on Ord Mantell, a warehouse near the spaceport, equipped with medical facilities and communication equipment. This time, the operatives are warned. One of them feels the approaching danger through the Force. They begin evacuation procedures. Too late. The Imperials hit the building with artillery before the ground assault. The warehouse collapses. Most of the operatives are killed instantly. The survivors are gunned down, as they try to escape the rubble. 11 dead, 2 captured. The captured operatives are taken to an Imperial detention facility. They are interrogated for 3 days. They reveal nothing. Then they are executed. The third safe house is on Chandrila, the same planet where Saren's family lives. This one is different. The operatives here include Vera Thorne, the former admiral, one of the most valuable members of the network. Vera is reviewing intelligence reports when the attack begins. She has been coordinating operations across the sector, synthesizing data from multiple cells. The data is stored on encrypted drives. If the Empire captures it, they will learn everything. Safe house locations, operative identities, mission plans, everything. Vera makes a decision. She orders the others to evacuate, gives them 5 minutes to reach the emergency exit. Then she begins destroying the data. The process is slow. The encryption must be bypassed. The drives must be physically destroyed. Each second costs her precious time. The stormtroopers breach the building. She hears the fighting start on the lower levels. Blaster fire, screams. She keeps working. The drives are destroyed one by one. She feeds them into an incinerator that reduces them to ash. Years of intelligence, months of planning, all of it gone. When the destruction is complete, she picks up a blaster. She walks into the hallway. The fighting has moved closer. Smoke fills the air. Bodies lie on the floor. She does not run. She does not hide. She kills 7 stormtroopers before they bring her down. Her final act is to trigger a thermal detonator. The explosion destroys everything within 10 meters, including her body, including any intelligence the Empire might have extracted from her. Vera Thorne dies as she lived, fighting for what she believed in. 37 operatives die that night, the worst single loss in the Veil's history. Windu learns of the betrayal 3 days later. His intelligence network pieces together what happened. They analyze the timing of the attacks, the precision of the targeting. Only someone inside the network could have provided this information. They identify Saren within hours, cross-reference his movements with the compromised safe houses, connect him to the information the Empire needed to plan their assault. The evidence is damning, irrefutable. Windu does not feel anger. He feels something colder, deeper, more dangerous. Bring him to me. Saren is found on Chandrila, hiding in a cheap hotel 3 blocks from his family's apartment. He knows the network is looking for him. He knows what will happen when they find him. He has made his peace with it. The extraction team finds him sitting on his bed, staring at a holographic image of his wife and daughter. He does not resist when they enter the room, does not try to fight. He simply asks one question: are they safe? The team leader considers lying, decides against it. We don't know. We haven't touched them. Saren nods, accepts the answer, allows himself to be bound and transported. 3 days later, he faces Windu. The room is bare, no furniture, no windows, gray walls and a single light overhead. The kind of room where things happen that no one wants to remember. Windu enters alone. He studies Saren for a long moment. Your family? Saren nods. His face is hollow, exhausted. They have my wife, my daughter. They said they would kill them if I didn't cooperate. Windu is silent. I know it doesn't excuse what I did. Nothing can excuse it. But I couldn't let them die. Not when I could stop it. His voice breaks. I love them. More than anything. More than this network. More than my own life. Windu considers the man before him. He sees the pain, the guilt, the impossible choice that tore him apart. He understands. More than Saren could ever know. I understand why you did it. In your position, I might have done the same. Saren looks up. Surprise crosses his features. You do? I had attachments once, people I cared about. I lost them all because of choices I made, or failed to make. Windu's voice is heavy with old pain. Love is not a weakness. The Jedi were wrong about that, but it can be used against you. The Empire knows this. They exploit it. Then you'll let me go? No. Saren's face falls. He knew this was coming, but some part of him had hoped. 37 people died because of you. Vera Thorne died because of you. She was one of the best of us. She sacrificed herself to protect the information you gave away. Windu's voice does not waver. Whatever your reasons, whatever your circumstances, that cannot be ignored. I had no choice. There is always a choice. You made yours. Windu rises. Your family will be rescued. Kira Voss is already on her way to Chandrila. If they can be saved, she will save them. Saren's eyes widen. Hope flickers across his face. And me? Windu pauses at the door. You will not leave this room. He walks out. The door closes behind him. In the hallway, Kael Draven is waiting. His expression is unreadable. Do you want me to handle it? Windu shakes his head. No. I'll do it myself. He returns to the room. The door seals behind him. Whatever happens next, no one else will ever know. The rescue on Chandrila is successful. Saren's wife and daughter are extracted from their home ahead of an Imperial raid. They are brought to safety, given new identities, relocated to a world far from Imperial reach. They never learn what happened to Saren. Windu ensures they are provided for. It is the least he can do, but the damage is done. The losses from the betrayal shake the network to its core. Morale plummets. Some operatives question whether the fight is worth continuing. Windu gathers the survivors. What happened was a failure. My failure. I should have identified the threat, should have protected our people. I did not. He looks at each of them in turn. But we cannot stop. We cannot give up. The Empire wants us to despair, wants us to break. If we do, they win. His voice hardens. Vera Thorne did not die so we could surrender. The 37 we lost did not sacrifice themselves so we could abandon their memory. He ignites his lightsaber. The purple blade fills the room with light. We will rebuild. We will adapt. We will become stronger than before. And when the time comes, we will make Vader pay for every life he has taken. The survivors rise to their feet. One by one, they pledge themselves to the cause. The network rebuilds, and the hunt continues. The final confrontation is months in the planning. Windu has identified a weakness. For all his power, Vader is still human beneath the armor. His body requires constant maintenance, medical attention, specialized equipment. The suit that sustains him is also a prison. Without regular repairs and adjustments, the systems would fail. The life support would shut down. Vader would suffocate inside his own armor. There is one facility that handles Vader's most sensitive procedures. A medical station hidden in the outer rim, far from official Imperial records. Here, the doctors who keep Vader alive do their work. Here, his most vulnerable moments occur. The Emperor knows about this facility. It is one of the most closely guarded secrets in the Empire. Fewer than 50 people in the galaxy know its location. Ashara is one of them. During her time as an Inquisitor, she was injured during a mission, badly injured. She was brought to this facility for treatment. Vader himself authorized her care. She remembers the location, the approach vectors, the security protocols. She has been waiting years to use this information. The Veil spends months gathering additional intelligence. They identify the station's defensive systems, map its internal layout, learn the rotation schedules of its guards. The information comes from multiple sources: intercepted communications, bribed informants, careful observation from hidden surveillance posts. Slowly, a picture emerges. The station is defended, but not impregnable. Its security relies primarily on secrecy rather than firepower. If that secrecy is compromised, the station becomes vulnerable. Windu calls a council of war. His inner circle gathers around a holographic display of the station. This is our target, the medical facility that keeps Vader alive. Kira studies the display. Her face is grim. The defenses are formidable. Even with surprise on our side, casualties will be high. I know. Kale leans forward. His Mandalorian instincts are already analyzing angles of approach. What's our objective? Destroy the facility. Kill Vader. Both, if possible. But our primary goal is to demonstrate that nowhere in the Empire is safe from us. If we can hit Vader's most secret base, we can hit anywhere. Ashara speaks up. Her voice is quiet but steady. We should assume Vader will be there when we attack. He visits the station regularly for maintenance. If we time our assault correctly, we can catch him when he's most vulnerable. Windu nods. That is the plan. But I want to be clear about something. He looks at each of them in turn. This operation will require everything we have. Every resource, every operative, every advantage. Some of us will not survive. Silence fills the room. They all know what he is saying. I will not order anyone to join this mission. If you wish to stay behind, there is no shame in it. The network will continue regardless of what happens. No one speaks. No one moves. Finally, Kira steps forward. We didn't come this far to stop now. Whatever happens, we see this through. Kyle nods. Ashara nods. One by one, every person in the room commits. Windu allows himself a small smile. Then let us finish what we started. The preparation takes 3 more weeks. They gather supplies, weapons, medical equipment, evacuation protocols, every contingency they can imagine. They rehearse the assault plan until every operative can execute their role in their sleep. They study the station's layout, identify choke points, plan fallback positions. They prepare for success. They also prepare for failure. Windu spends hours in meditation, reaching out through the Force, searching for any sign that their plan has been compromised. He finds nothing. The Emperor remains unaware. Vader remains oblivious. The trap is set. On the night before the assault, Windu gathers his inner circle one final time. Tomorrow, we strike at the heart of Vader's power. Whatever happens, I want you to know that I am proud of what we've built together. He looks at each of them, these people who followed him through darkness, who sacrificed everything for his cause. You have become more than I ever hoped for, more than the old Jedi Order could have produced. You are the future. Kira's eyes are wet. She does not speak. Ashara stands at attention. Her expression is unreadable, but something burns in her eyes. Kale checks his weapons, a practical man preparing for a practical task. If I fall tomorrow, Windu continues, the network continues without me. Ashara will assume command. The work does not stop. You won't fall, Kira says. Windu smiles. Perhaps not, but we should be prepared for any outcome. He raises a glass. To the Veil, to justice, to the future we will build from the ashes of this war. They drink together. One last moment of peace before the storm. The assault begins at dawn. The medical station orbits a brown dwarf in an unnamed system. Its location is known only to a handful of people in the entire Empire. Security is provided by a dedicated garrison of stormtroopers and a squadron of TIE fighters. None of this matters against the Veil. Ashara has spent weeks preparing countermeasures for the station's defenses, jamming frequencies that disrupt communications, override codes that confuse security systems, diversionary tactics that draw the TIE fighters away from the main assault. The operation unfolds in stages. First, a decoy ship enters the system. It broadcasts a distress signal, claims to be a damaged freighter in need of assistance. The TIE squadron scrambles to investigate. They have protocols for this. Distress calls in this system are rare, but not unheard of. The decoy leads them away from the station, keeps them busy while the real assault force approaches from the opposite direction. Second, electronic warfare packages activate. The station's sensors flood with false returns. Its communications are jammed. For precious minutes, the defenders are blind and deaf. Third, the assault ships close in. 3 boarding craft, each carrying a team of Veil operatives. They approach from different vectors, targeting different entry points. The first wave hits the station's external defenses. Small charges placed by advanced scouts detonate simultaneously, blinding the sensor arrays. Alarms shriek throughout the station, but no one can coordinate a response. The communications are still jammed. The second wave follows immediately. Kale Dreven leads the assault on the hangar bay. His Mandalorian armor absorbs blaster fire that would kill an unprotected soldier. His team secures the landing zone within minutes. Kira Voss leads the assault on the communications array. Her lightsaber flashes in the corridors, cutting down stormtroopers who stand in her way. The defenders fall back, regroup, try to establish a defensive line. Kira does not give them the chance. She presses forward, relentless, unstoppable. The communications array falls. Now the station is truly isolated. Windu leads the push toward the medical bay itself. His team encounters the heaviest resistance. Elite guards who have trained for years to protect this facility. These are not ordinary stormtroopers. They are Vader's personal security detail, hand-picked for loyalty, trained to fight Force users. They know what they're facing. They die anyway. Windu moves through them like a storm. His purple blade weaves patterns of destruction. Blasters are deflected. Guards are thrown against walls. The corridor fills with the smell of ozone and scorched flesh. One guard manages to land a hit. A vibroblade catches Windu across the arm. He grunts, keeps moving. The guard dies a moment later. Another guard activates a suicide charge. The explosion tears through the corridor. Windu pushes it back with the Force. The guard is consumed by his own weapon. The resistance crumbles. The survivors fall back, seal themselves in defensive positions, try to hold out until reinforcements arrive. Reinforcements will not arrive. The decoy ship is still leading the TIE squadron on a chase through the system. The communications are still jammed. The station is falling. But as Windu pushes deeper, he feels something. A darkness approaching. He's here. His words crackle through the team's communicators. Vader is on the station. He must have arrived during the assault. Kira responds immediately. We can handle the medical bay. Go. Windu does not argue. He breaks away from his team, moves toward the source of the darkness. Every step brings him closer to the confrontation he has been building toward for years. How did he know? It doesn't matter. Stick to the plan. He activates his communicator. Ashara, secure the medical bay. Do not wait for me. Where are you going? To end this. He breaks away from his team, moves toward the source of the darkness. Every step brings him closer to the confrontation he has been building toward for years. Vader is already inside the station. He arrived minutes ago, drawn by a premonition in the Force. The premonition had come 3 days earlier. A vision during his meditation, fire and shadow, the hum of lightsabers, blood on Durasteel floors. And beneath it all, a presence he had tried to forget for over a decade. Mace Windu. At first, Vader dismissed the vision as imagination. The Jedi Master was dead. He had watched him fall from the Chancellor's window, had felt his presence fade. But the vision persisted. It came again during his sleep, during his waking hours, a constant whisper at the edge of his consciousness. Windu is alive. Windu is coming. He traveled to the medical station without informing the Emperor, without alerting his subordinates. He wanted to be certain before raising an alarm. Now, as the station shakes with explosions and alarms shriek through the corridors, he knows his instincts were correct. Windu has found him. He does not know how. Does not know how the security was compromised. Does not care. All he knows is that his enemy is here, and this time, there will be no escape. Vader moves through the station like a predator stalking prey. Stormtroopers scatter before him. Officers freeze in his path. The terror he inspires is a tool, a weapon, but it means nothing now. He has one purpose, one goal. End this, finally, forever. He follows Windu's trail through the corridors. Bodies mark the path. Guards who thought they could stop a Jedi Master. They were wrong. The trail leads to a central atrium, high ceilings, observation windows showing the swirling gases of the brown dwarf below. Bodies of stormtroopers and operatives scattered across the floor. Vader enters from the far side. His lightsaber is already ignited. The crimson blade casts blood-red shadows across the debris. Windu enters from the opposite side. His robes are singed from combat. His mechanical hand sparks slightly, but his eyes are clear, focused, burning with the same intensity they had in the Chancellor's office all those years ago. For a long moment, neither speaks. The sounds of battle echo from distant corridors. The station shudders around them. None of it matters. The universe has narrowed to this room. These two men, this moment, at last. Yes, they study each other across the atrium. Two relics of a dead age. Two survivors who should have died years ago. Vader sees the changes in Windu, the scars, the mechanical hand, the way he carries himself. Different from the proud Jedi Master he remembers. Harder, more dangerous. Windu sees the changes in Vader, but he sees beyond them. Beneath the armor, beneath the mask. He sees the boy who once stood before the Jedi Council, the man who made a choice that damned them all. "You have caused me considerable trouble," Vader says. "I've done more than that. I've shown the galaxy that you can bleed, that you are not invincible. You've thrown away the lives of your followers in a pointless crusade. They knew the cost. They chose to pay it. That's more than you ever understood. The value of choice, of sacrifice, of believing in something greater than yourself." Vader's grip tightens on his lightsaber. The Jedi Order is dead. You cannot bring it back. I'm not trying to. The Jedi failed. Their rigidity made them blind, made them incapable of stopping Palpatine, made them incapable of saving you. He ignites his blade. The purple light joins the red. Two colors that should never meet. I'm building something different. Something that will outlast both of us. Then it will die with you. Vader attacks. The duel begins. It is nothing like their brief confrontation decades ago. Both of them have changed, evolved, been reshaped by the years of conflict. Vader is more machine than man now. His movements are powered by servos and hydraulics. His strikes carry the force of mechanical precision. He does not tire, does not slow. His rage is a constant furnace, fueling his connection to the dark side. Windu is older. His body bears the scars of a lifetime of combat. The fall from the Chancellor's window left damage that never fully healed. His connection to the Force remains weaker than it was, but his mind is sharper than ever. He has spent years preparing for this fight, analyzing Vader's technique, identifying his patterns, learning his weaknesses. Now he puts that knowledge to use. He does not try to match Vader's raw power. That would be foolish. Instead, he fights like water, flowing around attacks, redirecting force rather than opposing it. Every strike is measured. Every movement serves a purpose. Varpad, the forbidden form, the one the Council always viewed with suspicion. It requires touching the dark side, using an opponent's aggression against them, dancing on the edge of falling without ever giving in. Windu has spent years refining it, perfecting it, learning to channel darkness without being consumed. Now he channels Vader's hatred, takes the Dark Lord's rage and turns it back against him. Their blades clash, sparks fly. The atrium shakes with the force of their combat. Vader's attacks are relentless. He presses forward, trying to overwhelm Windu with sheer aggression. His blade crashes down again and again, each strike strong enough to shatter Durasteel. Windu gives ground, lets Vader believe he is winning. "Is this all you have?" The great Master Windu reduced to running. Windu says nothing. He is waiting, reading the pattern of Vader's attacks, looking for the opening he knows must exist. Every fighter has patterns, tendencies, moments when their defense is slightly weaker than at other times. Vader is no exception. There. Vader overextends on a downward strike. His weight shifts forward. For a fraction of a second, his left side is exposed. Windu strikes. His blade slides under Vader's guard, slices across the Dark Lord's chest, cuts through the armor. Sparks fly as systems are damaged. Vader staggers back. His respirator stutters. Warning lights flash across his chest panel. First blood. You've grown careless, too used to opponents who fear you. Vader straightens. His breathing is labored but steady. One scratch means nothing. It means you can be hurt. Everything else follows from that. They circle each other. The atrium is silent, except for the hum of their blades and the rasp of Vader's respirator. "Why do you hate me so much?" Vader asks. The question seems genuine. The other Jedi I've killed accepted their fate. You alone refused to die. Windu considers the question. You were supposed to bring balance to the Force. That's what the prophecy said. Instead, you became Palpatine's attack dog. You murdered children, slaughtered your own people, betrayed everything you were supposed to protect. I had no choice. There is always a choice. You made yours. They clash again. This time, Windu presses the attack. His blade weaves patterns that Vader struggles to follow. The Varpad form is unpredictable, drawing on emotions that traditional Jedi techniques forbid. Vader finds himself on the defensive. His blocks come later than they should. His counters miss by wider margins. Windu has studied this fight for years. Every holovid of Vader in combat. Every report from survivors who faced him and lived. Every scrap of intelligence about his techniques and preferences. He knows how Vader moves, how he thinks, how he reacts to different stimuli. More importantly, he knows the weaknesses that the armor creates. The suit sustains Vader, but it also limits him. The heavy Durasteel restricts his range of motion. The respirator creates a constant distraction. The neural interfaces that connect his mechanical limbs to his brain introduce microsecond delays. Against most opponents, these limitations are irrelevant. Vader compensates with raw power and the overwhelming force of his connection to the dark side. But Windu is not most opponents. You're weak, Windu presses. The suit limits you. Your hatred sustains you, but it also blinds you. You can't see past your own rage. He drives a kick into Vader's midsection. The Dark Lord stumbles back. His systems whine as they struggle to compensate for the impact. You could have been the greatest Jedi who ever lived. Instead, you're a crippled servant, chained to a master who despises you. Vader's rage flares. The dark side surges around him. He attacks with renewed fury, his blade a crimson blur. But anger without control is a weakness, not a strength. Windu reads the attacks, sees them coming before they arrive. He deflects one, strike, sidesteps another, redirects a third into a support column that showers them both with sparks. He does not try to match Vader's power. That would be foolish. Instead, he uses the rage against its owner, channels it through Vapad, turns each attack into an opportunity. The duel carries them across the atrium. They crash through an observation window, fight on the narrow walkway beyond. The brown dwarf churns below them, its massive gravity pulling at everything. Vader swings wide, overextends. Windu ducks under the blade and drives his elbow into Vader's damaged chest panel. Sparks fly. Alarms shriek. Vader staggers. Your master built you broken. Did you ever wonder why? A true apprentice would be a threat. You are just a tool, disposable, replaceable. Vader's response is wordless rage. He throws himself at Windu with everything he has. No technique, no strategy, just pure, overwhelming fury. For a moment, it almost works. The sheer weight of the assault drives Windu back. His feet slide on the metal walkway. His arms burn from the effort of blocking strikes that would shatter stone. But fury cannot be sustained forever. Vader's mechanical lungs cannot draw enough oxygen. His damaged systems cannot maintain peak performance. He slows, just slightly, just enough. Windu sees the opening, takes it. His blade slices across Vader's chest, cuts deep, severs critical systems. Vader screams. The sound is torn from him against his will. He has not screamed in years, has not felt pain like this since the fires of Mustafar. Windu does not relent. He presses the attack, drives Vader back step by step. Another strike. Vader's left arm goes numb. Another. His leg buckles. Another. His lightsaber flies from his grasp and tumbles into the abyss below. Vader falls to his knees. His breathing is a desperate wheeze. His systems are failing. Without immediate medical attention, he will die. Windu stands over him. His purple blade illuminates the Dark Lord's broken form. This is how it ends. Not with thunder and lightning. Not with armies clashing across the stars. Just two men on a walkway above an abyss. Finish it, Vader gasps. You've wanted this for years. Now you have it. Windu hesitates. The moment stretches, expands, fills with the weight of history. He remembers the Chancellor's office. The moment when he raised his blade against an unarmed prisoner. The moment when Anakin Skywalker made his choice. He was right to want Palpatine dead. The Sith Lord was a threat to the galaxy, a cancer that needed to be cut out. But the way he did it, the anger, the certainty, the absolutism, that was the moment everything went wrong. If he had been patient, if he had waited for reinforcements, if he had tried to reason with Anakin instead of dismissing him, would the galaxy be different? He will never know. The past cannot be changed. Only the future. And the future is shaped by the choices we make in moments like this. Windu looks down at Vader, at the broken man beneath the armor, the man who was once Anakin Skywalker, the man he failed. "You want me to kill you," Windu says slowly. "You want me to end your pain, to free you from the prison of that suit." Vader does not respond. His breathing is too labored for speech. "But I won't give you that mercy. You don't deserve it. All the people you've killed, all the suffering you've caused, death is too easy an escape." He deactivates his lightsaber, steps back. Live with what you've done. Live with the knowledge that you were beaten, that your network is destroyed, that your master's grip on the galaxy is weakening. He turns away. "And know that someday, someone will finish what I started. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually, the darkness always loses in the end." He walks toward the evacuation point, leaves Vader lying on the walkway. Behind him, the Dark Lord of the Sith struggles to draw breath, to survive, to continue existing in a universe that has suddenly become much more uncertain. This is not over, he manages. Windu does not look back. It never is. The station shakes around them. More explosions. The structure is failing. Windu reaches the hangar where Kira is waiting. Her face is pale, worried. "I thought you were dead." "Not yet." She looks past him, at the empty corridor. Vader, alive, for now. Why? Windu considers the question as they board the ship. The answer is complicated. He is not sure he understands it himself, because killing him wasn't the point. Proving he could be beaten was. The ship launches, accelerates away from the dying station. Behind them, Imperial reinforcements arrive, search the wreckage, find their master, barely clinging to life. Vader will survive. His hatred will sustain him. But something has changed. For the first time since he became the Emperor's enforcer, Darth Vader has been defeated. Not killed, not martyred, defeated. The news spreads through the Imperial ranks, through the resistance networks, through the galaxy at large. The monster can bleed. Enough. Vader's hand shoots out. Lightning arcs from his fingers. The crackling energy slams into Windu's chest. Pain. Overwhelming. The same lightning that nearly killed him years ago. But this time, Windu is prepared. He grounds himself in the Force, channels the energy through his body and into the floor. It hurts. Gods, it hurts. But he does not fall. He takes a step forward. Another. Vader's eyes widen behind his mask. The lightning should have incapacitated Windu, should have left him writhing on the floor. Instead, the Jedi Master advances through the storm. Windu raises his blade, deflects the lightning back toward its source. Vader breaks off the attack, barely dodges his own reflected power. They stand facing each other, both breathing hard, both wounded. "How?" Vader demands. "I've had years to prepare for this. Did you think I would come unprepared for your tricks?" He attacks, again. This time, there is no hesitation, no holding back. The duel becomes a blur of motion. Purple and red flash through the air. They crash through observation windows, fight across gantries, destroy equipment worth millions of credits. Neither gains a decisive advantage. They are too evenly matched. Vader's raw power against Windu's refined technique, rage against discipline, machine against man. The atrium lies in ruins around them, bodies, debris, shattered glass. Windu's arms ache, his lungs burn. Every muscle screams for rest, but he cannot stop, will not stop, not until one of them is dead. They clash in the center of the atrium, blades lock, faces inches apart. "Submit," Vader growls. "I'll make it quick. You first." Windu pushes. Vader pushes back. Neither yields. Then Windu does something unexpected. He deactivates his lightsaber. Without the resistance of the blade, Vader lurches forward, off balance, exposed. Windu sidesteps. His mechanical hand catches Vader's wrist, twists. The red blade swings wild. Windu brings his own blade back online, drives it toward Vader's chest. But Vader is fast, faster than he should be. His free hand catches Windu's arm, stops the thrust inches from his heart. They struggle, strength against strength, will against will. Vader's respirator hisses. His damaged systems struggle to keep up with the exertion. Windu's mechanical hand sparks. The joints grind against each other. Something has to give. Vader throws Windu back with a force push. The Jedi crashes through a wall and into the corridor beyond. He tries to rise. His body refuses. Everything hurts. His ribs are cracked again. His mechanical hand has stopped working entirely. Blood runs from a dozen cuts he does not remember receiving. But he has done damage. Vader is limping. Sparks fly from his chest unit. His breathing is even more labored than before. One of his arms hangs limp at his side. They have torn each other apart. Two men who should have been allies, now enemies beyond any hope of reconciliation. The Dark Lord approaches. His blade held low. Each step is an effort. The damage to his systems is severe. This is over. Windu looks up at him. Despite everything, despite the pain and the exhaustion, he smiles. No, it's just beginning. He reaches out through the Force, not to Vader, to Ashara. The connection spans the width of the station, fragile but clear. The message is simple. 3 words: complete the mission. Across the station, Ashara receives the transmission. She knows what it means. Windu is not coming back. She closes her eyes for a moment. Grief threatens to overwhelm her. This man saved her life, gave her purpose when she had none, showed her that redemption was possible, even for someone who had done what she had done. And now, he is going to die. But there is no time. The mission is not complete. They came here to destroy Vader's medical facility, to eliminate his support infrastructure, to demonstrate that no place in the Empire is truly safe. They have not yet succeeded. She turns to Kira. Get everyone to the ships. We're leaving. But Windu has made his choice. We honor it by surviving, by completing what we started, by making sure his sacrifice means something. Kira wants to argue. The impulse is written across her face. She has known Windu longer than almost anyone, trained under him, fought beside him. The thought of abandoning him here is almost unbearable. But she knows Ashara is right. Set the charges. We have 3 minutes to reach the ships. The remaining Veil operatives move with desperate efficiency. They plant explosives throughout the medical bay. Target the critical systems, the Bacta tanks, the surgical equipment, the databases containing years of research. When this station burns, Vader will lose more than a facility. He will lose the infrastructure that keeps him alive. Even if Windu dies, they will have accomplished something. The charges are set. The countdown begins. Ashara leads the retreat. They fight through corridors filled with stormtroopers, cut down anyone who gets in their way, leave bodies in their wake. When they reach the hangar, Kyle is waiting. His ship is prepped, ready to fly. Where is Windu? Ashara shakes her head. No words are necessary. Kyle's jaw tightens, but he says nothing. There will be time for grief later. They board the ships, launch into space. The station shrinks behind them. Then the explosions begin. The medical bay goes first, a brilliant flash of light that consumes an entire section of the station. Secondary explosions follow as the fire spreads. Power conduits overload. Fuel cells detonate. From orbit, the station looks like a dying star. Sections tear away and tumble into space. The brown dwarf's gravity claims the debris, pulling it down into the endless storms below. Ashara watches through the viewport. Somewhere in that inferno, Windu is still fighting, or dying, or both. "May the Force be with you," she whispers. The ships jump to hyperspace. The station vanishes behind them. In the corridor, Vader stands over Windu, his blade raised for the killing stroke. The station shakes around them. Explosions echo in the distance. Alarms blare. Any last words? Windu looks up at him. The smile does not fade. "You think this ends with me? I've built something you cannot destroy. Cut off one head, and 2 more take its place." He meets Vader's gaze. "I am not your enemy, Anakin. I am your consequence. Do not call me that name." The blade falls. But Windu's body is already moving. Some reserve of strength he did not know he had pushes him aside at the last moment. The blade scores across his side instead of through his heart. Pain. Incredible pain. But also something else. A surge of energy that should not be possible. The Force flows through him, stronger than it has been in years. He kicks out, catches Vader behind the knees. The Dark Lord stumbles. Windu rolls, comes up with his lightsaber in his remaining good hand. They face each other again, both broken, both bleeding, both refusing to die. The station is coming apart around them. Bulkheads buckle, floors tilt. The artificial gravity fluctuates wildly. Neither of them notices. Their world has narrowed to this moment. This fight. The final exchange is brief, 3 strikes each. Windu's blade catches Vader's shoulder, cuts deep into the joint. The right arm goes limp. Vader's blade catches Windu's leg. He falls. They lie on the floor, meters apart. Neither can rise. Windu hears the sound of ships launching, his people escaping. "Good. You've lost," Vader rasps. "The network will be hunted down. Every one of your followers will die." Windu laughs. It hurts. Everything hurts. But he laughs anyway. "You still don't understand. It was never about winning. It was about showing the galaxy that you can be fought, that the Empire can be resisted, that hope is not dead." He closes his eyes. "Kill me if you can reach me, but know that it changes nothing. The flame I lit will continue to burn long after we're both gone." Vader tries to rise, falls back. His damaged systems cannot support even basic movement. The fight has drained him completely. "This is not over," Vader promises. Windu does not respond. He is unconscious. Blood pools beneath him. His breathing is shallow, weak. The sounds of battle fade. The explosions grow closer. The station is dying around them. Imperial reinforcements arrive. Stormtroopers flood the corridor. They find their master lying in the wreckage, barely alive. "Get him to a shuttle. Now." They lift Vader onto a stretcher, rush him toward the hangar bay. Medical droids swarm around him, fighting to stabilize his failing systems. No one notices Windu. In the chaos, one more body on the floor attracts no attention. Or perhaps someone does notice. Perhaps a stormtrooper glances down at the wounded Jedi, considers finishing him off. But the station is dying. There is no time. The trooper runs for the hangar with everyone else. Windu is left behind. The explosions grow closer. The corridor fills with smoke. Emergency bulkheads seal, trapping him in a small section that still has atmosphere. He drifts in and out of consciousness. Time loses meaning. He is going to die here, alone, in the ruins of his enemy's fortress. But that is acceptable. His people escaped. His mission succeeded. Vader is wounded. The network survives. A good death. Better than he deserved, perhaps. He closes his eyes and waits for the end. It does not come. Instead, he hears a sound a cutting torch burning through the sealed bulkhead. Voices, familiar voices. He's in here. I can feel him. The bulkhead falls away. Light floods the corridor. Kira Voss steps through the opening. Behind her, 2 other operatives. They were supposed to evacuate with the others. They came back for him. What are you doing here? Kira kneels beside him, checks his wounds. Her face is grim. Saving your life. Against your orders, I might add. I told you to leave. And I ignored you. We can discuss my insubordination later. Right now, we need to get you out of here. The operatives lift him onto a stretcher. They move quickly through the dying station. Sections collapse around them. Fire spreads. The artificial gravity fails completely. They reach their ship with seconds to spare. The docking clamp releases. They pull away, just as the section they were in decompresses. Behind them, the station breaks apart. Vader's shuttle is visible in the distance, limping toward an Imperial Star Destroyer. They both survived. The war continues. But something has changed. For the first time, Vader was truly tested, truly pushed to his limits. And he did not win. Neither did Windu. But that was never the point. The point was to show that Vader could be fought, could be hurt, could be forced to retreat. That message will spread through the galaxy, will give hope to those who have lost hope. That is worth any sacrifice. Kira looks down at Windu. He is unconscious again. His wounds are severe. She does not know if he will survive, but she knows that whatever happens, the network will continue. That is what he built. That is his legacy. Set course for the safe house, and get me a medical droid. The ship jumps to hyperspace. The battle is over. The war continues. Months pass. Windu recovers slowly. The injuries from his duel with Vader leave permanent damage. He will never fight at his peak again. But he does not need to. The network has grown beyond him. Ashara commands day-to-day operations. Kira trains the next generation of fighters. Kale manages their intelligence networks. Windu has become something else. A symbol, a legend. The man who faced Darth Vader and lived. The galaxy whispers his name. Resistance cells on 100 worlds draw inspiration from his example. If one man can stand against the Empire's greatest weapon, then perhaps there is hope after all. The Veil makes contact with the emerging Rebel Alliance. They share intelligence, coordinate operations, pool resources. They do not merge. The Veil's mission remains specific, personal, but they fight the same enemy. Years pass. The war between the Empire and the Rebellion intensifies. Battles are fought across the galaxy. Worlds burn, heroes rise and fall. The Death Star rises and destroys Alderaan. 2 billion voices cry out in terror and are silenced. The galaxy recoils in horror. Windu feels it through the Force. Even from the far reaches of the Outer Rim, the destruction is overwhelming. A wound in the Force itself. He mourns for those lost. Remembers Bail Organa, one of the few senators who had truly believed in the Republic's ideals. Remembers the people of Alderaan, who had chosen peace over war and paid the ultimate price. Then he learns of the Death Star's destruction. A pilot named Skywalker, a farm boy from Tatooine, Anakin's son. Windu does not know what to feel. The irony is almost too much. The son of the man who destroyed everything now fighting to save what remains. The Force has a strange sense of humor. He watches from a distance as events unfold. The Battle of Yavin, the evacuation of the rebel base, the endless chase across the stars. The Veil provides support where it can. Intelligence, resources, safe passage for refugees fleeing Imperial retaliation. They are not part of the rebellion officially, but their goals align. The enemy of my enemy is my ally, even if not my friend. The Battle of Hoth. Another rebel base destroyed, another retreat. The Empire seems invincible. Then Bespin. Windu feels it through the Force. A confrontation, father and son. The truth revealed. He does not know the details, cannot see across the galaxy with any precision, but he feels the echoes, the pain, the shock. Luke Skywalker knows the truth now, knows who his father is, knows what he became. What will he do with that knowledge? Windu considers intervening, finding the boy, training him, using him as a weapon against his father. But something stops him. He has spent decades trying to destroy Vader. He has sacrificed everything for that goal. Friends, health, peace, the best years of his life. And yet, Vader still lives, still serves the Emperor, still spreads suffering across the galaxy. Perhaps destruction is not the answer. Perhaps some battles are not meant for him to fight. He watches events unfold from afar. The young Skywalker's desperate quest, his return to Tatooine, his confrontation with Jabba the Hutt, his growing power in the Force. The boy is becoming something different from the Jedi of old, something new. He reminds Windu of his father, the same raw talent, the same dangerous power, the same emotional intensity. But there is something else in him too, something his father lacked: hope. The boy believes in redemption, believes that the good in his father can be reached, believes that love can overcome hate. It is naive, foolish. Everything Windu's experience has taught him says it is impossible. But Luke Skywalker does not seem to care about what is possible. He cares about what is right. Windu watches, and for the first time in decades, he begins to wonder if he has been wrong. When Windu feels the Emperor's death in the Force, he is sitting in his quarters. The sensation is unmistakable. A great darkness snuffed out. The most powerful Sith Lord in the galaxy, gone in an instant. And beneath it, something else. A flicker of light, brief, fading, but unmistakably there. Anakin Skywalker dies as he was born, in the light. Windu does not know how to feel about this. After everything, after all the suffering Vader caused, all the deaths, all the atrocities, the temple burning, the younglings screaming, the galaxy drowning in blood and fire, the monster found redemption in his final moments. It seems unfair. It seems like an escape from the consequences he deserved. All those years of cruelty, wiped away by a single act of love. But the Force works in ways beyond understanding. It always has. He spends a long night in meditation, processing, accepting. The boy succeeded where he failed. Luke Skywalker did what Windu could not. He reached the man beneath the monster, found the spark of good that refused to die. Love accomplished what hate could not. For a long time, Windu struggles with this truth. If love was the answer all along, what was the point of everything he built? What was the point of the veil, of the years of shadow war, of the sacrifice and the suffering? Was it all for nothing? The question haunts him, but slowly, over time, he finds an answer. The veil was never truly about destroying Vader, not at its core. It was about showing the galaxy that resistance was possible, that hope was not dead, that the Empire's grip was not as complete as it seemed. Every operation the veil conducted, every victory, no matter how small, every life saved and every lie exposed. These things mattered. They kept hope alive during the darkest years. When dawn comes, Windu makes a decision. The war against the Empire is not over, but his war is done. He calls his students together one final time. They gather in the main chamber of their hidden base. Ashara, Kira, Kael, dozens of others who have joined over the years, the survivors, the believers. Windu looks at each of them, these people who followed him through darkness, who sacrificed everything for his cause. I'm leaving. The words hang in the air. No one speaks. The network is yours now. What you do with it is your choice. Continue the fight against the Empire. Join the rebellion. Forge your own path. I will not tell you what to do. Ashara steps forward. Why now? After everything we've built? Because my purpose has been fulfilled. Not by me, by someone else, but fulfilled nonetheless. He takes a breath. I spent years consumed by a single goal, hunting one enemy, and in the end, that enemy was redeemed by someone I never expected, a boy who believed in something I had lost. He looks at them. Do not become what I was. Do not let your fight define you. There is more to life than war. Do not forget that. He rises. The Force will be with you, always. He walks toward the door. Kira moves to follow. Master Windu. He stops, turns. I was never a master. That title belonged to a dead order. I was just a man trying to make things right. He offers her a small smile. You are my legacy now. All of you. Make it count. He walks through the door and does not look back. What happens to Mace Windu after he leaves the network is unknown. Some say he died quietly on some forgotten world. A peaceful end after a lifetime of conflict. The injuries accumulated over decades finally caught up with him. The scars healed over, but never truly faded. He slipped away in his sleep, surrounded by the quiet sounds of nature and the warmth of a setting sun. Others say he found a community in the Outer Rim, a small village on a green world far from the hyperspace lanes. He spent his remaining years teaching children who would never know war. Not combat, not the ways of the Force, just wisdom, just kindness. The simple things he had denied himself for so long. He tended a garden, some say, grew vegetables and fruits, found joy in watching things grow instead of watching them burn. A few insist he is still out there, watching, waiting, ready to emerge if the galaxy ever needs him again. An old lion in repose, but still dangerous, still capable of one final battle if the cause is just. The truth does not matter. What matters is what he built. A network that outlasted him. A philosophy that gave hope to the hopeless. Students who carried his teachings forward into a new era. They scattered across the galaxy after his departure. Some joined the New Republic. Others continued the work of the Veil in different forms. A few disappeared entirely, seeking their own paths in a galaxy suddenly full of possibilities. But they all carried something with them, a piece of what Windu taught, a way of seeing the Force, a commitment to balance rather than extremism, and they passed it on. Ashara eventually joins the New Republic. She becomes one of their most trusted intelligence operatives. The skills she learned in the Veil serve the cause of rebuilding what the Empire destroyed. She never forgets where she came from, never forgets the darkness she carries, but she learns to use it constructively, to channel it toward protection rather than destruction. She becomes living proof that redemption is possible, that the past does not define the future. Kira trains a new generation of Force users, not Jedi, not Sith, something in between. Warriors who can channel their emotions without being consumed by them. Windu's philosophy lives on through her teachings. Her academy becomes a haven for those who do not fit the traditional molds, those who are too emotional for the new Jedi Order, those who have touched darkness and survived. She gives them what Windu gave her: hope, purpose, a second chance. Kale returns to Mandalore. He helps rebuild his people. The connections he forged during his time with the Veil become the foundation of new alliances. He tells stories of Windu to younger generations, stories of a man who stood against impossible odds and refused to surrender. The Mandalorians add these stories to their own legends. The Veil itself eventually dissolves, its purpose fulfilled, its members scattered across the galaxy to continue the work in their own ways. But its impact remains. In the darkest days of the Empire, when resistance seemed hopeless, the Veil showed that the enemy could be fought, that Darth Vader was not invincible, that hope could survive even in the shadow of tyranny. Mace Windu set out to destroy Vader. He failed in that goal. But in failing, he created something far more valuable. A legacy, not of destruction, not of vengeance, of transformation. He showed that even the most rigid Jedi could learn to adapt, that purpose could evolve, that the fight against darkness does not require becoming dark yourself. The monster he hunted found redemption through love. The peace he sought came through acceptance rather than victory. In the end, that may be his greatest lesson. Not how to fight, how to let go. The Force moves through all things, light and dark, creation and destruction, beginning and end. Mace Windu touched both sides, walked the edge between them, and in the end, found balance. Not the balance of the prophecy, not the cosmic equilibrium that Anakin Skywalker's redemption brought to the Force. A personal balance, an internal peace. The anger that drove him for decades finally faded. The guilt that haunted his nights finally released its grip. He forgave himself for failing Anakin, forgave himself for the deaths he could not prevent, forgave himself for being human. Somewhere in the galaxy, a scarred old man watches the sunrise. He does not know if tomorrow will come, does not know how much time he has left, but for the first time in his life, that uncertainty does not frighten him. He has done what he could, built what he could, taught what he could. The rest is up to others. The Force will be with them, as it was with him, as it will always be. But the story does not end with Windu's departure. The seeds he planted continue to grow in ways he never anticipated. 3 years after Windu leaves the network, Ashara receives a transmission from the Outer Rim. It is encoded using protocols that only senior Veil operatives would know. The message is brief. Found something. Coordinates attached. Come alone. Ashara recognizes the encryption signature. It belongs to an operative who disappeared 2 years ago during a mission to the unknown regions. Everyone assumed he was dead. She travels to the coordinates. A barren moon orbiting a gas giant in an unnamed system. No settlements, no resources, nothing that would attract attention. The operative is waiting for her in a small shelter, carved into the rock. You're alive. Barely. Had to go deep to survive. But I found something important. He leads her deeper into the shelter, into a chamber that glows with an eerie blue light. Holocrons, dozens of them, perhaps hundreds. Jedi and Sith alike. A repository of knowledge that spans thousands of years. Where did these come from? The Emperor's private collection, or part of it? When the Death Star was destroyed, some of his artifacts were scattered. I've spent 2 years tracking them down. Ashara stares at the collection. The knowledge contained in these devices is beyond measure. Training techniques, historical records, Force abilities that have been lost for millennia. Does Windu know about this? I tried to contact him, couldn't find him, but I thought you should know. Ashara considers the implications. This collection could transform the network, could provide advantages they never imagined, but it could also corrupt them. power like this comes with dangers. We need to be careful with this. Study it slowly. Make sure we understand what we're dealing with before we use any of it. Agreed. That's why I contacted you instead of anyone else. You understand the risks. They spend weeks cataloging the collection. Some holocrons are benign. Training exercises, meditation techniques, historical accounts. Others are dangerous. Sith rituals that promise power at terrible cost. Dark side techniques that could drive the user mad. Ashara seals the dangerous ones away, locks them in a vault that only she can access. The others she distributes carefully among trusted operatives. The knowledge spreads through the network, slowly, carefully. Each piece is tested before it is shared widely. Over time, the Veil's capabilities expand. Their Force users become more powerful, more versatile, more dangerous. But they never forget Windu's warnings. Never let the power corrupt them. The balance he taught them holds. Meanwhile, the galaxy continues to change. The New Republic rises from the ashes of the Empire. Old wounds begin to heal. The war that defined a generation finally ends. The Veil watches these developments with cautious optimism. They have fought for this moment for years, decades. But they know that peace is fragile, that new threats will eventually emerge. They maintain their network, their training programs, their intelligence operations, not because they want war, but because they know it will come eventually. And when it does, they will be ready. Kira Voss establishes a training academy on a remote world in the Mid-Rim. Force-sensitive children are brought there from across the galaxy. Not stolen, like the Jedi of old. Offered, given the choice to develop their abilities or return to their families. The curriculum is unlike anything the Jedi Order taught. Emotional awareness, practical combat, connection to the living force rather than abstract meditation. Windu's philosophy forms the foundation. Feel everything. Use everything. But never let it use you. The first generation of graduates emerges after 5 years. They are not Jedi, not Sith, something new. They call themselves the Balance, a name chosen deliberately, a reminder of what they strive for. Some join the New Republic military. Others become diplomats, peacekeepers, teachers. A few remain with the network, taking up the fight against remaining Imperial remnants and new threats that emerge from the chaos. They carry Windu's legacy forward, his techniques, his philosophy, his determination to be better than what came before. Kael Draven's work on Mandalore bears fruit as well. The clans that survived the Empire's purges begin to rebuild. They remember the warrior who fought alongside them, who brought resources and connections when they needed them most. A new Mandalore rises, not the militaristic society of old, something different. Warriors who fight for protection rather than conquest. Honor bound by justice rather than blood. Kael becomes an advisor to the new leadership. His experience with the Veil gives him perspectives that traditional Mandalorians lack. He helps them navigate the complexities of galactic politics, build alliances, avoid conflicts that would drain their recovering strength. When Mandalore finally rejoins the galactic community, it is as a respected member rather than a feared enemy. Kael's influence shapes this transformation. He never forgets the network that gave him purpose. The man who saw his potential when he saw only grief. Every decision he makes honors that memory. Ashara's path is perhaps the most complex. She carries darkness within her. The years as an Inquisitor left marks that never fully heal. Sometimes, in quiet moments, she feels the pull of the dark side, the whispered promises of power. She does not deny these feelings. That was Windu's teaching. Acknowledge them, understand them, use them, but never let them use you. She develops techniques for managing the darkness, meditation practices that channel aggressive impulses into productive energy, combat forms that release tension without causing harm. She shares these techniques with others who struggle with similar demons, former inquisitors who defected, dark side users who seek redemption, anyone who wants to change but does not know how. A small community forms around her teachings, people who have touched darkness and survived, who understand that redemption is a process, not a destination. They call themselves the Redeemed. Another deliberate name. Ashara becomes their leader, their guide, their example of what is possible for those willing to do the work. She never sees Windu again, but she feels his presence sometimes, in quiet moments of meditation, in dreams that feel more real than waking. She knows he is still out there, still watching, still proud of what they have built. The decades pass. The New Republic faces challenges, political corruption, external threats, the endless complexities of governing a galaxy. But it survives, grows stronger, learns from the mistakes of the old Republic. The Veil evolves alongside it, from a resistance network to a support organization, from fighters to advisors, from shadows to partners. They never fully integrate into the official power structures. That was never their purpose. They remain independent, autonomous, ready to act when official channels fail. But they work alongside the Republic rather than against it, provide intelligence, training, support for operations that require deniability. A necessary evil, perhaps, but a necessary one. The galaxy is too large, too complex, too dangerous for any single organization to protect completely. The Veil fills the gaps, handles the threats that fall between jurisdictions. They are not heroes, not in the traditional sense. They operate in shadows, take actions that others cannot acknowledge, but they make a difference. Prevent crises before they erupt. Remove threats before they metastasize. The galaxy is safer because they exist. That is enough. New generations rise within the network. Children and grandchildren of the original operatives. Young people who hear the stories and want to continue the tradition. They train alongside recruits from across the galaxy. Learn the history, the techniques, the philosophy. Windu becomes a legend to them, a founding figure whose example shapes everything they do. They study his recorded teachings, watch holovids of his speeches, read accounts of his operations. But they also understand that he was human, flawed, capable of mistakes. The greatest lesson he left them was not how to fight. It was how to grow, how to change, how to become better than you were. They carry that lesson forward, apply it to their own lives, their own challenges. Each generation improves on the last. That is the nature of legacy. 50 years after Windu's departure, a young operative named Sira undertakes a pilgrimage. She has heard rumors, whispers of an old man living in the far reaches of the Outer Rim. A hermit who teaches local children about the Force, who helps communities resolve disputes, who asks for nothing in return. The descriptions match no living person in the network's records, but they match someone who officially died decades ago. She travels to the coordinates, a small world with green forests and clear rivers, peaceful, beautiful, far from the conflicts that plague the rest of the galaxy. She finds the hermit in a simple dwelling on the outskirts of a farming village. He is old now, ancient. His face is weathered by time and hardship. His hands shake slightly, but his eyes are sharp, clear. They see through her immediately. The network sent you. She nods. They want to know if you're still alive. And what will you tell them? She considers the question, looks around at the peaceful village, the children playing in the distance, the simple life he has built. I'll tell them I found nothing, that the rumors were false. The old man smiles. You would lie to your superiors. I would protect a man who has earned his peace. He studies her for a long moment. Then he gestures to a chair. Sit. Tell me about the network. What has become of my students? They talk for hours. Sira shares everything. The successes, the failures, the growth, the challenges. The old man listens, asks questions occasionally, nods at certain points. When she finishes, he is silent for a long time. They have exceeded my expectations, all of them. They learned from the best. No, they learned from my mistakes. That is more valuable. He rises, walks to a cabinet in the corner, removes a small object wrapped in cloth. Take this. Give it to Ashara. Sira unwraps the object. A lightsaber hilt, old, battered, but maintained with obvious care. This is yours. It was. Now it belongs to whoever needs it. She looks at him. They would welcome you back. You could spend your final years surrounded by people who love you. He shakes his head. My time with the network is over. I found peace here, purpose. I will not abandon it. He meets her eyes. Tell them I am proud of them, that they have become everything I hoped for and more. And tell them not to look for me again. Sira nods. She understands. May the Force be with you, and with you, always. She leaves the next morning, returns to the network, delivers the lightsaber to Ashara. When Ashara asks what she found, Sira tells the truth. Nothing. Just an old man living out his days in peace. Ashara holds the lightsaber, runs her fingers along the hilt. She knows exactly who it belonged to, but she says nothing, just nods. Some secrets are worth keeping. The years continue to pass. The galaxy changes, new powers rise, old threats resurface. The cycle continues as it always has. The network endures, adapts, evolves to meet each new challenge. Windu's philosophy remains at its core, the balance between light and dark, the acceptance of emotion without surrender to it, the commitment to justice without rigidity. New leaders emerge, new techniques develop, new chapters are written. But the foundation holds, the principles endure. That is the nature of true legacy. It grows beyond its creator, takes on life of its own, becomes something greater than any single person could build alone. Mace Windu set out to destroy Darth Vader, to tear down the Empire's weapon of terror and avenge the Jedi. He failed. He did not succeed, not in the way he planned, but he built something that mattered, something that changed the galaxy, something that will continue long after his name is forgotten. A network of warriors who fight for justice, a philosophy that offers balance, a legacy of transformation. In the end, that is more important than any single victory, more valuable than any enemy destroyed, because enemies come and go, empires rise and fall, wars begin and end, but ideas endure. The idea that darkness can be faced without being consumed by it, that emotion can strengthen rather than weaken, that the fight against evil does not require becoming evil yourself. These ideas spread through the galaxy, take root in countless hearts and minds, shape the decisions of people who never knew Windu's name. That is his true victory, not over Vader, not over the Empire, over despair itself. He showed a galaxy that hope can survive, that one person can make a difference, that the darkness, no matter how deep, can never completely extinguish the light. And somewhere, on a peaceful world in the outer rim, an old man watches the sunset, He does not know what tomorrow will bring, does not know how much time he has left, but he knows that his work was not in vain, that the seeds he planted continue to grow, that the galaxy is a little better because he existed. That is enough. It has always been enough. The Force flows through all things, connects all things. Every action ripples outward, touching lives beyond count. Mace Windu touched the Force, and the Force touched him back. In the end, they were never truly separate. None of us are. He spent a lifetime fighting, a lifetime struggling against darkness, a lifetime trying to make sense of a galaxy that seemed determined to tear itself apart. And in that struggle, he found something he never expected. Himself. Not the Jedi Master who sat on the council, not the warrior who hunted Vader across the stars, not the broken man who fell from a window and refused to die. Something deeper, something truer. The man beneath all those masks, the being at the core of his existence, someone who could love and hate, who could fail and succeed, who could despair and hope, all at once, all without contradiction, because that is what it means to be alive, to contain multitudes, to be larger than any single definition. The Jedi tried to reduce themselves, to strip away emotion, to become vessels for a single, pure purpose. Windu learned that this was wrong, that the Force does not want vessels, it wants partners, collaborators, beings who bring their full selves to the work, light and dark, joy and sorrow, strength and weakness. All of it matters. All of it contributes. We are all part of the same story, the same galaxy, the same Force. What we do matters, every choice, every action, every moment of courage or compassion or sacrifice. It all matters. That is the lesson Windu learned, the lesson he taught, the lesson that echoes through the generations that followed. We are not alone. We are never alone. The Force is with us, always. That's our theory. The Star Wars universe is a galaxy filled with exciting stories and possibilities, and we love exploring them. If you want to accompany us on this journey to a galaxy far, far away, then please like, share, and subscribe to our channel.